Welcome to the most horsepowerful podcast on the internet, the Xbox Drive. Before we get this show on the road, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and ring that bell on YouTube, and leave a 5-star rating or review on your podcatcher of choice. If you want to continue the conversation after the show, make sure you join the Carpool Gaming Discord. For exclusive content and all the Carpool shows in one simple feed, head over to patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Finally, head over to carpoolgaming.com for all of your merch needs. Now, with all that out of the way, you better buckle up, Buttercup, because it's time for the Xbox Drive.
Greater than X.
What's up, everybody? It is me, Fee, and this is episode 435 of the Xbox Drive. I'm here with a few of my friends, not on a Skype call because rest in peace, Skype, but I'm here with 3 of my friends, starting off with Mitch because he's taking a drink right now. How are you doing, Mitch?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. That drink was delicious.
Fantastic. I'm so happy for you. Bowser, how you doing?
Dude, I'm so pumped. I can't contain it.
Heck yeah.
I can't wait to let it out.
Fabulous. I'm so excited for us. And of course, we have a special guest today. We have the one and only from the RPG Cave himself, Ryan. Welcome home. How's it going?
Hey everyone, it's me, Ryan Turford, and you're listening to the most horsepowerful podcast on the internet. It's the Xbox Drive. I'm on a Skype call with my friends Bowser, Fee, and Mitch, and then today we're going to talk about that Xbox showcase. So buckle up, everyone, for the X Drive. Yeah. Brought back the old intro.
Got it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Ryan. I'm so excited for you to join us today because we have a lot to talk about. I am very excited to hop right in to discuss all of our thoughts, feelings, and what we're currently excited about when it comes to all things the Xbox Showcase. Of course, this is going to be a little bit different this week, everyone. We're not going to be doing as many segments as we usually do because we want to get right into the freaking action. However, before we do get into the action there, we do have some things. Maybe someone might want to come in just housekeeping. There we go. Housekeeping.
All those buildings of Sarah fell over. Housekeeping lady, you got to clean all that up. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so
Appreciate
sorry.
Oh my God.
That's a lot. There's a bunch of buildings that collapsed. There's a lot of dust everywhere.
Just
Could you
dust and
that,
smoke
please?
everywhere.
Thank you. Anyways, housekeeping, everybody. Summer Games Fest is officially over. Nintendo may have something come out on Tuesday. However, if you guys missed any of the stuff that happened during Summer Games Fest, all the live React VODs will be available on YouTube later. Of course, you guys can go to twitch.tv/carpoolgaming live if you guys want to watch all of our stuff there for now. But if you can go on YouTube, you can check it out there as well. All the post-show breakdowns, which you are currently listening to right now, are available now on Patreon, except for this one, because we're recording it now. You'll get it in a little bit. And they will be made available to the public later on the GUI's feed, so make sure you guys are there. Of course, it wouldn't be Summer Games Fest without Poolside Bobby merch, so make sure you guys go to carpoolgaming.com so you can get that beautiful Poolside Bobby merch that is available again. By the way, I love everybody that was in the Discord that had like the merch from last year. Like, yes, it is Poolside Bobby. It is Summer Game Fest. Let's go. So make sure you guys go there. Check out all the merch that we have there for a little bit. I don't know when it'll go away, but you might want to buy it now because it could go away in like 15 minutes.
Yeah, don't wait.
Don't wait. You'll miss it. Absolutely. And of course, while you're there, you can also be super awesome and donate directly to us. So our Extra Life 2026 efforts will be happening, you know, us going to Canada, where apparently they make a ton of great games. So like, yeah, we're going to go there. So go there, carpoolgaming.com/donate if you want a direct link where you guys can go there and support us and all of our efforts for Extra Life 2026, where we're going to do it at Sean's house, and his house might look like a house of Sarah after we leave. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like, sorry. Also, thanks to TBD for sticking around at the exclusive tier after checking out a 7-day free trial. We told you couldn't get through all the content. We told you. Thanks for paying us money. We appreciate that so very much. While you're there, Bowser's Pants episode is live right now, so make sure you guys do that. And of course, Garrett's Pants episode is next. So if you guys want to go ask him questions, did he record it yet? I don't know. Ask him questions anyways. He's a doctor. Ask him any doctor questions you want.
The question post hasn't even gone up yet, Mitch.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. Start now. I just told you to.
Yeah, just get in there.
Just get in there. Start throwing questions his way. Don't DM him. That's weird. You can also support the show many other ways as well. Of course, if you want to go review it, give us a 5-star rating. Why? Because we are the best damn carpool gaming podcast. But also make sure you guys give those other guys a 5-star rating, even though I know we're the real 5-star rating. I get it. The other ones, like, just be nice, guys, okay? Not everybody's the same. Nobody sticks out. We stick out. Anyway, make sure you guys go there and do that. And of course, share it with a friend, because again, why wouldn't you want to share the best podcast on the internet with everybody else in the world? Seems selfish if you don't, actually. I'm just keeping it a stack. While you're there, go to Discord there. Current book crafters. Sorry, we'll do book crafters. I said it first, whatever. Read a book with a month in the title. Bonus points if it's your birth month. My birth month is June. I won't be there, though, because I can't read. But you guys can be there on my birthday, Saturday, June 20th at 7 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you guys are there for that. And you know what's funny? That same day, Backtrackers is happening. Except for it's earlier in the day, so they don't cross over, you know what I mean? So you guys will be completely busy on my birthday. Don't wish me any good wishes. But you guys are playing Butterfly Soup, so make sure you guys go there and do that. 11 a.m. Eastern. In the Discord. Again, if you guys aren't part of the Discord there, you're also goofing there. So make sure you guys are part of the Discord, buy Poolside Bobby merch, leave us a review, and just stick around and enjoy the best show on Carpool Gaming. So that's it.
Housekeeping!
Thank you.
Thank you so much for cleaning up all that dust. I appreciate you. Thank you. No, get out! All right. We have games to talk about. Leave!
Oh my God. That poor woman.
She's
has to go all
fine.
the way to Kelowna. Not Kelowna, BC, but specifically Kelowna.
The
Different
Kelowna
Kelowna.
on planet Sarah.
I like
Yeah.
how that kept getting brought up.
All the Canadians were showing up today.
Well,
Yeah.
because their studio's literally in Kelowna, BC. So it's like...
Is it in Kelowna?
Yes. So
I
they're
just knew
like...
it was in Canada. That's
because
I
why.
thought it was Vancouver.
I thought it was... Well, maybe it is. I don't know. They kept mentioning, though, looking out their window and like using that as kind of like the backdrop of what Kelowna on planet
Didn't look
Sarah
like-
would look like.
It didn't look like Vancouver either.
Yeah.
No, it did not look like either, to be honest. And I've been to Kelowna. That is not what Kelowna looks like at all. I'm like,
Yep.
Are
That
you
would've
sure
been a
about
whole-
that?
I am 100% sure. I have photos, and I have photos that do not match what is in that game.
But when was the
Damn,
last time you were there, Fee? You don't know. It could
Well-
be looking like that now.
I was going to say, like, in Mass Effect 3, the beginning of Mass Effect 3 takes place in Vancouver in the future, and it looks nothing like Vancouver as well. So
Yeah.
maybe that's what they're going for.
Hey, we don't know what's going to happen there.
But they also spelt it differently because it's like
Yeah.
KL, or like KAL, which is like Kelowna is K like E instead. And there's a W in there. There's not in the actual one for Gears. But we will get talking more about that. But we'll start off by let's talk about our thoughts, guys. What are our thoughts on
Vibe
the
check.
Xbox show?
How was the
let's-
showcase?
Yeah, vibe check. Scale of 1
How we
to
feeling?
150. I don't know. Yeah. How are we feeling about this? Bowser, you know what? How do you feel about it? How are you feeling right now?
On a scale of 1 to 150, about a 175.
Wow.
Xbox is back, baby. So many games, all coming out within the next 12 months. So much on Game Pass, so much play anywhere. I won't get into spoilers of which ones absolutely floored me, but the usual suspects all look great. The Halo, the Gears, the Fable, Doom expansion, all of it. Dude, I am pumped up. How's that?
I love it. I love it a lot. I like it a lot. Ryan, what are your thoughts? Your initial thoughts?
Yeah, I personally was pretty excited going into this. I had high hopes for this presentation. There were, there was some talk from a lot of leakers out there about some things that could be here. There was a lot of things that people had mentioned ahead of time that were not here, but it doesn't matter because a lot of the stuff that we saw was awesome. And I actually agree with Bowser. I don't know if I'm ready to say that Xbox is back because I've been hurt before in the past by Xbox saying Xbox is back and then they weren't back. So I don't want to say that at this point, but as they are honestly one of the most exciting third-party publishers in the industry right now, or just publishers, I should say, not third-party publishers. That's doing a disservice by saying that, because they have a great selection of first-party titles that we saw today, both for this year and next year, with actual factual dates, which is something we've been calling for all weekend, that we weren't getting at other showcases, but we got here. And then exciting third-party announcements that, are coming to other consoles, but was exciting to kind of see on Xbox's stage. So yeah, kind of with Bowser, I think that this showcase is honestly one of the better, if not one of the best Xbox showcases we've gotten during this time frame, and I'm excited. I'm excited for the future of Xbox.
Yeah, and Xbox has been raked over the coals before about having no gameplay, no release dates, etc. In the last few showcases, they've tried to stick to like mostly next 12 months, right?
Yeah.
To really keep the excitement up and lots of gameplay. So they nailed it.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. I was really excited throughout. There were a lot of like really cool games. We got to see kind of like a wide like band of specifically like a lot of shooters. We saw some first person. We also saw some indie, like slightly almost like an indie-esque type of game, like a lot more like chill vibes throughout. So I was happy with kind of the balance, and I did appreciate the fact that I think only one of the games did not have a release date, which is of course Persona 6, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit. But I was excited. I will say there was one particular point that I was just like, could have been done a little bit differently. I'm just going to put my hands up right now. And I think it's how it ended. At least going from the Xbox showcase into Gears, because we had Gears at the beginning, which I was very excited about, and we'll talk about that in a little bit too. But then we go right into, like, at the very end, we ended up with COD. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not going to let it damper my entire thought of the entire showcase, because I was really excited, but I don't know. Ending with COD just seemed like a kind of a deja vu moment, especially with last year, because we're like, oh, we're leaving with COD, and now we're leaving with COD again. So, I don't know. Mitch, as our resident shooter, except even sometimes Bowser takes that title from you. How do you feel about this? I'm just saying.
Out of 150, I'm gonna give it a 143.7. I really liked it. I thought it was a great show. I was very shocked that right off the rip, the first three, it's like Gears, Fable, Halo. I'm like, damn. Right, like, not hiding anything. Just like
that
right
was
off
good
the rip.
though, because those are the ones we knew were going to be here.
Yeah,
right.
Sure. I will say, like, there was a lot of the show that I definitely did like. Obviously, I mean, we have a lot to talk about, and I'm sure each of us have our own different things. Like I said, the only thing I will say that I was a little sad about, and I mean, there weren't none, right? Because like Senua, for example, that was a brand new Microsoft first party title that we didn't know about. I wish it ended on one, because that's the one thing I will say. Like, I don't think, I'm not saying COD doesn't deserve to be at the end, because COD is the biggest selling game ever. I totally get it. Like, it sells all the time, and you want to show content for it. I was a little shocked it still ended it because of them putting out the like campaign trailer and the release date on its own thing. So like they already showed the release date and the campaign. Like before, they ended on COD because they showed nothing of COD before that day. There was no trailer, there was nothing. So when they had the trailer come out for COD before the showcase, I was thinking, okay, this kind of like softens the blow. Like, here's some information. We're not just going to give you nothing. But I didn't think it would end still. I was really hoping it would be like a world premiere, one last thing, and something new. Do I think Senua could have been it? Personally, no. I don't think it. I'm not saying it's bad or anything. I'm just saying if you ended it with like a Fallout remaster, or if you ended it with like again, some of those franchises that are dormant that we haven't seen in a minute. Because like I said, Gears, Fable, Halo, awesome. Those are Xbox tentpoles, and like those are things that are going to be there forever. But it's like if you'd given us something that's new, that's an old IP that has not been shown off yet, that could be a 2027 game, I think that would have been awesome. That's like the really only critique I had of the show. There was a lot of great things in the show. Again, we appreciate the dates. We appreciate gameplay. We appreciate showing us stuff that's happening soon. We appreciate stuff that's coming to Game Pass day one. Like, all that's cool. I just wish the ending was like, here's one last thing we want to show you, and it's not something we showed you a trailer for 2 weeks ago. Like, here's something no one knows about. Boom.
So,
that's the only thing. That's it.
So the one thing I came to mind, Mitch, with your description there, how would you feel then if they ended the show with Spyro? Because Spyro is exactly the game that fits that description. It's a first-party game of an IP we haven't seen in forever. That's a brand new announcement and trailer that's coming out next year.
I wouldn't think Spyro would be the IP that would kick people in the face and make them go, holy shit. Sure. I'm not saying it's not cool.
Yep.
Like, it's cool. And again, people are like, I'm on Discords that people are like, oh my God, there's a new Spyro game coming out. Like, that's awesome. And I mean, again, I feel that's a part of Xbox's catalog that doesn't exist right now, like first party brand new stuff that they could definitely get, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Really cool. It's just, I need like a Fallout. I need something that we haven't seen in a minute. Like if they revive Perfect Dark and go, by the way, Perfect Dark got canceled, but we now have some new studio doing it or something.
Please don't tell us that.
Don't give us hope.
people's hopes up again.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is like, I just want something that's like some huge thing that would make people go, oh my God, a new Fallout or a Fallout remaster. Imagine if they said, oh, by the way, here's our one last thing. It's a Fallout 3 remaster. It comes out today. Have a good day. You think that wouldn't have been like, holy shit, people would have lost their minds and everything at the end of the show? Like that would have been something incredible to do at the end of the show. It's just, that's what I was like hoping for. And again, the COD stuff they showed, as it looks like Arc Raiders with COD, which again, I'm down to play, but I've also had that Call of Duty hope and shattered dreams over and over and over again. So I just need to see it happen. But no, I think it was you can't say it was a bad show though. There's a lot of good stuff in there. That Fable trailer was nuts. Halo with all the new missions they showed, nuts. Gears looked incredible. Like there's a lot of good, but I just wanted that one last thing that wasn't something we knew. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all.
But if that's all you're sad about, it's a good day.
No, that's it. Like literally everything else about the show was super fun. Yeah, a lot of cool stuff. Clockwork Revolution looked amazing.
Yeah, it did.
Like, yeah, lots of stuff. But we'll get into that later.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we could go right into it right now, Mitch. If we wanted to get right into it, we'll talk about some of the games that we're excited about. And you know what? We'll start off with our guest, Ryan. I'm just going to throw it out to you. What game would you like to shout out first as one of your standouts for the showcase?
All right. So first of all, there are a lot of Ryan coded games in here that I could go to start at first. But I feel like if I don't say this one first, then Mitch will steal it from me, and I can't have that happen. So honestly, the game that I was really excited to see here today and actually lived up to my expectations, is Halo. Because Halo, going back to the original Xbox is, one of the reasons I fell in love with Xbox in the first place. It was the first game I ever played on the original Xbox. I've always loved, Halo Combat Evolved. It's always kind of been my favorite Halo campaign, even though I know it has problems, even though I know people don't love the library. It doesn't matter to me. It's always kind of been my favorite in the game in the series, even though the other Halo games are great too, like Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo Reach, and so on and so forth are all great. But Halo Combat Evolved has always been a special game to me, like a game that I've always played with friends, but even just playing the single player when I first got my original Xbox in 2003 was one of the seminal moments. And I thought it looked great. Like I thought all the new content they showed from the trailer looked really cool. Like it looks like you're going to have like a mission where you're playing as Sergeant Johnson. It looked like maybe they kind of hinted at the idea that maybe you're going to play as a brute at some point during one of the missions. I thought all that stuff looked really cool. Like I was expecting this game to be pretty good after the level playthrough of the Silent Cartographer that we saw earlier this year. And this trailer just, again, blew me away. Like it was exactly what I was hoping it to be. Just a great kind of reimagining of such a classic game with 3 brand new levels. It looks like some brand new weapons as well. Like there was like almost like a Needler like assault rifle, which looked interesting. I'm so happy we have a new Halo game. It's always kind of been my favorite Xbox franchise, and I'm happy that we've got Combat Evolved coming back in a big way. The only downside, of course, is there is no multiplayer announced for it or a new kind of Halo multiplayer client yet. But I can live with the campaign because the campaign for this game is very solid. So Halo Campaign Evolved, that is definitely my personal top pick for the show.
Excellent.
Yes, This game is pretty. It's real pretty. Like it's real pretty. I was talking about on the show itself, like how I'm not saying I'm not excited, but it's just like I've already played this campaign multiple times on multiple iterations of it. And I was just like, yeah, it's okay. And then they started showing some of the new mission stuff. And I was like, okay. Like that would be the reason for me to reinstall it and try this version of it. Obviously, like I said, everything I'm looking at, like it visually is stunning, but those 3 new missions, like that space mission, I'm like, okay, that could be really cool. Some of the new weapons that are in there, like I said, there's a lot of good stuff that's here. And again, the Halo campaign core story is phenomenal. What the 3 missions will add exactly to it, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's more Halo. Love it. It's good stuff.
And it's out soon. It's out next month, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, which is also, like I said, day 1 on Game Pass, obviously. And again, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's a good thing about a lot of this stuff. Is like, if a lot of this stuff was interesting to you, if you have Game Pass, just go play it. There was a majority of this stuff, minus like the third-party stuff, even some third-party stuff that was day 1 Game Pass. So, and if you haven't played a Halo campaign, if you have not played Halo 1's campaign, please go play this. It is such a good campaign. And again, this is your definitive version, your best version you're going to get of it. So, absolutely.
I can't wait to replay it. I just played it for the first time, I don't know, a year ago or something, and I'm already pumped to try it again.
Yes.
This looks so pretty.
It really does. Like that sword right there, the energy sword, looks so good.
Yeah.
And like I said, the only thing that this makes me want more now is a multiplayer.
Yeah.
Just give us that, please.
Yeah. Which I'm sure we'll hear about probably before the end of the year. Like, I'm sure Microsoft is probably going to do another presentation before the year's out. And I would expect that that's when they'll announce, especially with the 25th kind of celebration of Xbox. Like, I imagine they'll announce like whatever's next for Halo's multiplayer, like whether it's a solo client or if it's attached to like another like future Halo game.
We still have Gamescom too. Like there's Gamescom that could easily could get shown there.
Mm-hmm.
Or don't be a coward, do it on the Game Awards and do a shadow drop that day.
You could. No, again, I suspect, and I'm curious to know if you guys think this as well. Like since it is the 25th anniversary of Xbox, I suspect that they'll do an Xbox 25th anniversary live stream to celebrate the anniversary of Xbox this year. That will have announcements like this there, rather than waiting for the Game Awards.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, especially if they're going to be celebrating like maybe some of the IPs that we haven't heard of in a very long time, or we haven't heard of specifically. So I'm because we did kind of get glimpses of that today. We got to see, of course, the 25th anniversary series, Xbox itself, which looks chef's kiss, fantastic, and I very much want it. And I'm really excited to be able to check that one out.
So we could learn some fun things about that console.
Okay.
One, there's custom sound effects on the console, like those old Xbox 360 consoles. So it actually has, like, if you press like the power button, it makes like the Xbox boot up noise. It also will have a custom boot up screen that is kind of the original Xbox boot up screen rather than kind of the series boot up screen. And yeah, like there's a bunch of other information we're going to learn about it later this year as far as retailers and stuff. I will say that I suspect that this may be limited to just the Xbox store because they did announce some collector's editions today that we will talk about later that are exclusive to the Xbox store. And I suspect that this probably will be as well. But they said pricing and retailers will be announced at a future date for this one.
I love the controller.
The long storied history with the Xbox consoles themselves, but it's green and see-through and I want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny enough, the only console that was see-through green was the Halo one. They had the Halo. It was like a special edition Halo Campaign Evolved that had like the see-through green. That was
they had the standard one that is also green without, because there's one green one that you're talking about, Mitch, that is the Halo one that actually says Halo,
on the front.
But I actually have the translucent green one that doesn't say Halo.
Oh, okay.
Because that came with a different bundle that included Halo, but also included Amped, I believe.
Got it.
Because that is the version. That's the one that I have actually.
Cool.
I just want the controller. It's cheaper. I don't need to buy another Xbox. Thank you.
Well, I need the full thing, so I'm
you do.
very excited.
What a time for you to buy an Xbox, V. Like, what the perfect... It's like, I don't own an Xbox. Now you do. Go buy that. That's crazy.
No, like I've always really liked the crystal kind of look. I know I had like a I think a Game Boy Advance that had that. It was like almost like a crystal bluish purple kind of color. Yeah. So I'm very pumped. I will say green's not typically my color, but I will definitely be very interested to get that one because it is very, very pretty. Yeah. And I am intrigued significantly. But yeah, no, for sure. Bowza, what is your first shout out of this
All right,
showcase?
something I did not know existed and they shocked me with today. First off, I will go with Resonance, A Plague Tale Legacy. Because you know I love me some Plague Tale. And this looks wild. So
Yeah.
I'm reading on the article now. It's 15 years before the first series. So
Okay.
we're going back in time. We got a new female lead, Sophia. Everything looks just bigger and better. I'm so pumped for this. I love when these games just like pop off. This looks gorgeous. Day one for Bowser. Absolutely all day long. On Game Pass and in August. Holy crap.
Yeah, I was really intrigued because I have some of the Plague Tale games and I've been wanting to check it out, and I'm like, this might be the push I needed to check it out, because it is just, it's dark, but also love a good female lead, and also I know during the showcase Ryan pointed out there's a lot of daggers here, there's a lot of weapons going on, so I will admit I'm not super familiar with the entire series, but I'm very curious to check it out complete. Also, that bull statue, that entire, like, that looks terrifying in some capacity. So yeah, I am really excited for this one. Mitch and Ryan, how do you feel about this one?
So it's interesting because this looks very different from other Plague Tale games, because I haven't played
Okay.
Plague Tale 1 and 2, but everything I've seen about it, it's very stealth driven. Like, you're not,
Yes.
it's not
Yes.
combat heavy. Like,
Right.
you're not running around stabbing dudes like in this game. So I feel like it's just going to be a very different type of game, which I think it's to its benefit in a way, because I think it's going to bring in a whole new audience to the Plague Tale games like me. Because I, again, haven't played any of these games, and I'm way more interested in this one than I have been in the other two. Despite the fact that I've heard nothing but great things about the other two games. So, yeah, I'm really interested to find out more about this one and to hear what y'all have to say about it when it come August. Just because it comes out the same day as the Metal Gear collection, so that's definitely like kind of supersedes it for me. Like, I'm gonna go back and play Metal Gear Solid 4 instead probably, but this is one that towards the end of the year I definitely want to give a chance to, because it looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
definitely
curious.
different combat. Much more combat
Yeah.
exclusive. Like you're in there, blades wielding, kicking some butt.
Yep. No rats, says John 32. That's
I'm
exactly
sure
what I'm
there
seeing
will
here.
be rats. Like, we got to
Yeah.
get the plague to the rats, right? Like, we saw a person that has it in their arm. Like, we need it to get to the rats so that the other games can exist. So I'm sure there'll be rats at some point.
I, like, without spoiling anything, Bowser, in the games, do they explain, other than the rats, of course, do they explain, like, the originator of the plague at all? Or is it just a matter of you're in this city that's currently plagued by the plague, no pun intended?
There's some stuff that happens. I don't know if there's like an explicit explanation on it. Of course, I'm old and I don't remember things, so it could have happened and I just don't know. But I didn't care. Like, there's a plague and I'm going to save everybody. That's all that matters.
No, that makes sense. I was just curious because we did kind of, like you said, we saw kind of a glimpse of it in the trailer with just the the veins going, like the black veins. So I'm curious if this is like, we find out some sort of like history, or this is why you're not doing as much sneaking around, is because we're finding out more of like where the actual plague originated, rather than just like the entire, like the rest of the series. But I feel like this one might be a series that I agree with you, Ryan, maybe later on in the year, not so much because of just the timing wise, but because I know the first few in the series are very like dark kind of vibes to it, and I usually like to play those it feels more like a fall game that I want to check out. So
I would say maybe this one you check out a little bit earlier and then you dive into the original Plague Tale afterwards, because it is more of that darker. Yep, you're welcome. This one, there are a lot of bright, vibrant things here. There are some dark parts in the trailer, but it seems right off the rip as more being in the happy times.
yeah, no, for sure. No, and Mitch, did you have any thoughts on this one right out the gate?
Not particularly, because I did not play the other ones. I was just checking are the other Plague Tale games on Game Pass.
They were. I don't know if they still are.
Yeah.
I mean, because that could be, like I said, just it's cool if they a Plague Tale Requiem is on Game Pass.
That's the newer one.
That's the first. What's
Okay.
one? Is it the first one, or that's the newest, the most recent one?
That's the recent one.
Yeah.
Okay, so that one's on Game Pass. So I mean, if you guys want to check, if people want to check that out, they can do that. But yeah, like I said, otherwise, it looked cool. And again, combat looks cool. And again, the best part is it's on Game Pass. So check it out.
Yeah.
Won't
Check
hurt
it
you.
out.
It won't bite.
What might?
It might.
Maybe.
Who knows? Mitch, what is your first shout out of this showcase?
While I was hoping for like a Wolfenstein thing, because that was definitely part of a prediction of mine and it didn't happen, more Doom is happening and no one can hate on that because Doom was rad. I'm definitely excited for, I mean, like, come on, dude. Doom is, again, here's the best part is like, I mentioned this too. It's like, what happened in the story of Doom the Dark Ages? Bro, I don't know. Like, no one knows. But guess what? Who cares? It was Doom and it was fun. And that's kind of what I'm looking at with this, right? There's like a huge story of like, oh, you're going to Frozen Over Hell. You have this new like spear thing, which looks really cool. But it's just like, yeah, cool, man. Just give me more Doom. I'm fine with that.
Doom. Yep.
More Doom. Like, and again, even when Dark Ages got announced, I was just like, cool, more Doom. I don't care what story time frame. I don't care. Just keep giving me more of this game because this game was very fun. Obviously, visually, it looks great. That new little spear thing looks like obviously there's going to be a new layer of like having to use that to get around enemies. There's obviously a bunch of new enemies here. But like, dude, just the gameplay right here, it's right back to being just so fun. It is an expansion, not a brand new game, so which is cool. Also comes out very soon as well, July something, I think it was.
7th, yeah.
July 7th. Like that's a month from now, exactly, like Ryan said earlier. Like, yeah, sounds good. The quick, and again, do I expect this to be a very long game? No. It'll probably be 3 hours, maybe, something like that, like a quick little expansion. But again, at the same time, if I can finish it in one stream, sounds good. Sounds good to me. Yeah. So very happy about this. Again, the base game is on Game Pass. Usually they don't do the DLC included with Game Pass for free. But I mean, also, if you did not play the Dark Ages, go do that.
What are you doing?
Because, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm
Hi,
saying.
that's
like,
me.
It's just like this.
What are you doing,
man,
Ryan?
dude? Exactly. What are you doing, dude? Like,
I mean, I played Doom the Dark Ages for 10 minutes and then I never played it again. Not because it was bad. I just wasn't in the mood for it at the time, and I just have never really gone back to it.
That happens. So,
but maybe when this expansion comes out, maybe that's when I play it, because then you just play them both kind of back to back.
Yep.
Absolutely. So, like I said, that was something I didn't. Is again later thinking on it, like, oh yeah, that makes sense because there was already Doom expansions before, right? All the other Doom games had expansions, so it could have been an easy like. If I had just used my brain for 5 seconds, I could have got points on the show, but it's fine.
Yep.
I guess a game that didn't
Not many
happen,
points because we would have just said 1 across the board.
Whatever. It would have been better than none, which I got for Wolfenstein 3, right?
Yep.
But no, like I said, I am. That's something I was definitely excited for. And like I said, I definitely feel like I was, me and you, Bowser, we got the plat or the plat.
Yep.
The 1,000 of that. Yep. We both got that on Doom. And like I said, just more Doom is awesome. There's like nothing else I could say about it.
Just more Doom.
More Doom. It's fine.
More Doom. And Bowser, you're excited for this one as well?
Absolutely. I love Doom the Dark Ages. Like I said, the previous couple entries in Doom I wasn't into as much, but Doom the Dark Ages definitely brought it back home for me, and I'll be day one on this DLC.
Nice. And for myself, I only played 10 minutes of it and then I stopped. I'm on the same boat as Ryan. I know, probably different boat, but the same boat all the same because I only played for 10 minutes and I'm like, you know what? Not today. I love the idea of Doom. I love the soundtrack. The soundtrack phenomenal. The shield chainsaw was a huge selling point for myself. Someday when they finally treat the ability for me to play that game, then I will be right there. But I'm really excited to see some more in the same universe. I know it's a fan favorite, so being able to see that. And I agree. Mitch, I don't even know if you would have gotten points for me if you actually
damn, should have given you 0.
Damn.
I wouldn't have been able to. I would have given you you know what, I would have probably given you like a 1 or 2. Probably.
Thanks for your generosity. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. But yeah, going into what I'm excited about, the first one that really still stood out was one that we haven't actually seen before, and I'll just go right out to it because we're going to take a hard pivot from Hellscapes all the way to a really cutesy kind of a slice of life game, which is called Vivarium is the name of the game.
Yeah.
Vivarium. Yeah, Guys, it's like literally playing Studio Ghibli in the 1980s, and I'm fully here for it. The art style is just, oh my god. For a second, I thought this was just going to be a Ghibli game, to be quite honest. It just looks phenomenal. It's so pretty. The entire style of it, one point I thought it was just going to be the trailer. It wasn't like actually going to be some gameplay, but we got to see some gameplay. Like it's an actual UI. Your character walks around, and it just looks like you're in a movie. And it's just, I don't know what they did. I don't know how they did it, but I'm fully here for it. I know Ryan, you were really excited about this one as well. You said this is kind of like the anime art style that you're really a fan of. What were your initial thoughts when you saw this?
Yeah, like I was like you. I was pretty stoked. I think this game looks rad. Like I was actually frantically Googling while we were watching the trailer, trying to find out any information about the studio to see like what maybe they had kind of worked on before. And right now, I'm not able to find anything about the studio at all. When I Google the name of their studio, it comes up with a place in like Hamilton, which is not correct. So I think this game looks cool. Like I'm not usually into like these type of point and click kind of cozy kind of games, especially with gardening and other things like that. They've kind of shown off in the trailer. But with the vibes that I'm getting from this, from the fact that they showed the conversation with the main character and like the store clerk, and it looked like it was literally brought out of like a 1970s or 80s anime. Like,
yeah,
dude, I love the vibes from the trailer, and this is a game I'm very excited to check out, especially because it's on Game Pass. Like, this is a game I'm going to give a chance to. That maybe if it had like a different art style, maybe I would be less interested in checking out. Like, it made a big difference in me being interested in this game. So I can't wait to try this one out.
Yeah, it sounds like Studio Meadowflower is based out of New York, and they've done like multimedia animation stuff. So I think they're coming from not games into games. So it'll be cool to see.
Oh my god, I'm just obsessed with it. Like I could rewatch this multiple times. It's just it has kind of, like I said, like the Ghibli, almost even like the old retro like Gundam, like specifically like New Earth when you saw it. And I'm just like, oh, it just looks so cute. Oh, and I love the sketches as well. I am curious because we did see in the trailer here that one of the characters, their face is currently like just scratched out. So I'm curious what kind of dynamic is going on there. But we really didn't get much beyond that point. We didn't get too much on what this is, other than the fact that they're in a terrarium, which is absolutely mind-boggling to me. Like, oh, yeah, is this a grounded situation? Like, is this like miniature worlds? Like, what's going on? So it looks so pretty. I'm so excited for it.
Day one Game Pass, play anywhere.
Yeah,
2027.
Another thing I want to point out: only Xbox.
Yep.
Only Xbox.
That's all that's listed here.
That's crazy. Well, I mean, like I said, they haven't been scared to announce it anywhere else. Like it was coming to PlayStation, Switch, and
on
everything
Blue Sky,
else.
they confirmed it after the show that it is exclusive to Xbox. So
that is a crazy get for Xbox, because like, let alone cloud, right? Like you're gonna get people to play it that don't. And again, this game would run fine on cloud. It's nothing wild.
Yeah.
Game Pass day one, console exclusive. Or Siri, platform exclusive, I should say. That's amazing, dude. Good for them.
Yeah. Yep. Because it's interesting because there is the game that's coming out called Orbitals, but from what I think Orbitals is only coming out on Switch.
It is.
So I almost feel like this is kind of like hey, we're not getting Orbitals, but here's another game that you guys could play that has a very 1980s anime style to it. I have no issues with that. I will say I'm more of a slice of life girly than a sci-fi fan, so I am excited about it. I know when I first saw Orbitals, I'm like, oh man, it's on Switch too. Like, I wish I could play that, but now we kind of have our own version of it. Obviously, this one doesn't seem to be, as far as we know, multiplayer, but an option nonetheless. Bowza, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, it looks adorable. It'll just depend on when in 2027 it comes, if I'm day one on it, or I'll check it out when I get some time, or I want that chill vibe. But yeah, a good get for Xbox, getting more chill stuff. They've been working on it a lot lately, so good to see here.
Yeah. Absolutely. I feel like it was a lot of like go, go, go energy, especially
Yeah.
during the showcase, which I have no issues with. But it was nice to kind of have that balance because it just centraled us a little bit.
Yeah.
Mitch, what are your thoughts on it? I know this is not the typical game for you either, but what are your thoughts?
Here's what I'll say. It is definitely a game that I more than likely will not play, and I'm not crapping on it. It's just not my type of game. However, I know people that are going to freak out when they see this, and they're just gonna be like you had no idea this was a thing, and this is like one of your favorite art styles. So there's a whole genre of people that this is their favorite art style, and they're gonna just immediately jump on this game. And I'm very excited for people that are happy at this. And also too, like, people want new, and even though this isn't a new art style and it's not going to be particularly a new genre of game, the fact that these two things get combined into one is awesome. And it's definitely something, like you said, that stood out immediately amongst all the shooty, bang, bang, first person, third person, all this craziness. It's like, here's this, enjoy it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I think I was like slightly concerned myself when we were going through the showcase because over the past few years that they have taken those opportunities to highlight more chill vibe games in comparison. And I know we're trying to bring everything back to Xbox. And so I understood kind of going into this that I'm like, we're going to see those Halos. We're going to see Gears of War. We're going to see these heavy hitters. And I'm like, okay, we're getting closer to the end of the showcase. We're probably going to continue with these like higher, like specifically like just either like dark, grungy or like action-packed games. And then when this came on, I'm like, wait a second, like, oh, we are going to be showing one of these types of games, and then them turning it around and then saying like this is just an Xbox exclusive. I think that was also kind of shocking because these are not like, this is not a type of game that you usually see as an Xbox exclusive. So I know for myself I'm pretty pumped by this one for sure. And I see Electric Maestro in the chat specifically said I was reminded of 70s anime like Tomorrow's Joe and Future Boy Conan. Actually, rather interesting choice. Agreed. It's not something we typically see. I know a lot of games have really kind of leaned towards like even more like vintage kind of like what we see with like Cuphead and stuff like that. You have like those thicker lines, you have that really over the top color. So seeing something like this is definitely a huge difference. So real excited to see where it comes. And I agree with you, Bowza. I'm curious when it's going to be released. I don't think this does not have a fall vibe to it. I would say more in lines of like maybe spring or summer, but who knows? Because we didn't
but
get a
sometimes
specific
it's
date.
just whenever it's ready, you know?
Yeah.
Correct. No, for sure.
It does have spring vibes. It would
It
be
feels
a great
like
fit
the
there.
perfect like April game.
Yep,
Yeah.
it does. But we'll see.
Yeah, I 100% agree. But yeah, no, awesome. So that is Vivarium. But next on the docket is Ryan. What is your second showcase highlight of this particular showcase?
All right, so I'm going to have to cheat a little bit because I only get so many of these. And I'm going to combine two games into one because they're essentially two games in the same series that were announced
That's fair.
at this showcase. Now, I'm not going to bore you guys because we're going to go into much bigger detail about this on the RPG Cave on our next episode. But we got not one, but two Persona games at the showcase, of course. Persona, one of my all-time favorite RPG series. And we got the first one, of course, which we already got the announcement at Xbox last year, was Persona 4 Revival. Of course, the remake of Persona 4, which came out many, many moons ago. Because, yeah, Persona 4 originally came out in, like, 2008, and then it got the Vita version in late 2014, I believe. So it's been a very, very long time since the original game came out. But like Persona 3 Reload, it feels like it's made by the same team. It's in the same engine. It looks incredible. Like I love, we were just talking about the use of color and the art style. Like I feel like the use of color has always been one of those things that have been really strong about Persona as well as its art style, and you get to see it on display here in this trailer, both from the anime cutscenes and even just walking around the world, like even looking at the text boxes or the menu system. They showed off brief snippets of the menu system and just how colorful and visually interesting this game really is. So, as amazing as the Persona 3 remake was, I'm expecting this one to also be equally as amazing. And I can't wait to play Persona 4 again, but with this revival version. Also, if you've never played a Persona game before, I mean, this, I say this about almost every Persona game now, but especially the modern ones, like this will be a great place to start. The nice thing is they're not all really connected together anyways. So it doesn't really matter which Persona game you kind of start with. It's whatever one you feel like you want, like, is visually appealing to you, or the story is interesting enough, especially because this one's kind of like a murder mystery in a small town with a bunch of kids, kind of being like the Scooby-Doo crew in a lot of ways. So it kind of reminds me of that. And it's coming out next February, which is perfect timing. And I kind of nailed it on our RPG predictions episode that we did. So that's 1 point for me on our show on the RPG Cave for my prediction. And also we got Persona 6 announced today, which is something, if you would have told Ryan like 10 years ago that Persona 6 would be announced at an Xbox show, like a mainline Persona game, like I would have told you were crazy. But the fact that Xbox is just in bed with Atlas now. We're getting basically every kind of major Atlas announcement now at Xbox now, which I think is an interesting move. And Persona 6, while we really know pretty much nothing about it at this point, even the game went up for pre-order after the show was over, and there's a description of the game on the pre-order page, and it basically tells you nothing about the game. It talks about the history of the Persona series, but tells you nothing about this game. So the trailer really just showed us that the logo and the fact that green is kind of going to be the main color, which is going to affect a lot of things in the game, because Persona, every single game has like a color that's associated with it. Like Persona 3 was blue, Persona 4 was yellow, and Persona 5 was red. And the color itself is supposed to inform the storytelling in a way, in a way that, Final Fantasy games like Final Fantasy 13 as an example was like, it was designed around the colors of black and white in a way. So this game, again, it was designed around the color green. That's going to kind of inform the story. But otherwise, all we saw in the trailer were gravestones. So I'm like, is the character dead? Are there ghosts in the game? Like, where does that go? Who knows? Although the original trailer we got for Persona 3 was a bunch of chairs with ball and chain kind of on the chairs. So that was it. That was the only thing that was in that trailer. So Atlas is kind of always known for the first kind of announcement trailer for Persona to be very abstract. So I suspect maybe because the chains on the chairs indicated that the main character in Persona 5 was like a prisoner in a way, like he was trying to escape from something, like escape from prison. So maybe it's something like that, where maybe there's maybe the character is trying to escape death or something like that. Who knows? But I'm interested to find out more. This was the only game, of course, that had literally no date on it at all. But they did the exact same thing last year with Persona 5 Revival, and that's coming out this year. So I suspect that this game actually probably is either a late 2017 game or early 2018 game, if I had to guess. But like I said, we'll dive into more of this in detail in RPG Cave, but that's kind of where I'm at with Persona, both Persona 4 and then Persona 6. Really, really exciting stuff for people that are into Persona like me. So,
yeah. And honestly, I'm really excited that you're here to talk about that, because I know for Bowza, Mitch, and I, we're not big Persona people. I don't know for Bowza or Mitch, but I personally haven't played one of myself. I will say they're almost on like the same caliber for myself as like a Final Fantasy game, where it just seems very daunting. There's so many of them, and like there's so much lore, and the people who love it are diehards, and I cannot, I always hear like, Fiona, you should play this game, like it's very anime, you'll really love it, and I'm like, guys, these games are not small. No. It's almost like trying to put Sean in front of Baldur's Gate 3. It's not a small game. Yeah. So I get very overwhelmed almost when I think about trying to start a Persona game. But getting some insight and kind of some perspective of what the actual trailers have been previously. Maybe Persona 6 is where they get me, because the whole macabre vibe, who knows? Maybe that's just where I'm interested. Either way, I know I'll be interested to see where things go with that one, and go from there. Maybe I'll check out Persona 4, because I definitely do like a good murder mystery. I am totally sold on those.
That is probably the one I think you, Fee, in particular, would probably like the most. Although the one I will always usually tell new people to Persona to check out is actually Persona 3 Reload. The one that came out a few years ago, because of what you just talked about how daunting some of the Persona games are as far as game length. It's the shortest Persona game. It's 50 hours or so, which again is not short, but it is way shorter than the 130 hours that Persona 3 Reload was. And that's just mainlining the game. That's not including the side stuff. So, these games are all Baldur's Gate 3 sized. So, but Persona 4, I know, is a game that got a lot of people into the series, and also a lot of people into Persona. on the Vita. Like it got like Sean played that game and loved it. Like I think there's a lot of people that aren't traditionally into turn-based role-playing games, but are really interested in Persona games. And Persona 4 was, again, one of those games that really got a lot of people into the series. So I'm glad it's on Game Pass and for people to try. So at least y'all can at least try it. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. But at least it's on Game Pass for people to check out. In Persona 6, they confirmed it's going to be day one on Game Pass too, which is just crazy. So
Yeah. Cool. Yep. Bowser, Mitch, either one of you
Not a
have any
Bowser
fun?
game, but it looks rad. I played just a tiny bit of Persona 5 Royale. Decided it wasn't for me. No big deal. But I'm so happy for everybody that's excited for Persona. It was really cool to see here.
Stoked for people that are stoked.
Yeah.
Like, very happy for you.
yeah.
Same. I'm looking forward to getting more information and hearing from the people who love it the most before I take a gander. I might have to check. I'll look into Persona 4. I'll look into it. But Bowser, what is your next? Oh, that is a look. What what are your thoughts?
Oh, I'm ready for this, whatever this is.
So what is going
All right.
on?
Well, I had something in my honorable mentions for our predictions, and it didn't quite come true, but the game was here, and that is Clockwork Revolution. Holy shit, it looks amazing. I'd predicted would get a full release date. We didn't get that. We just got the vague 2027. They're probably just trying to figure where to slot it in based on everything else. Who knows? But I'm more excited than ever for this steampunk RPG craziness that we're about to go into here. Yeah. I don't even know what to say about it. It looks beautiful. I'm so excited to get in here and see what's going on. We got some badass characters. Anybody else hyped for Clockwork Revolution?
Yes.
Hi.
Yes.
Me. I'm also very excited for this game.
Let's go.
I mean, me, the role-playing guy, probably pretty excited for the big first-person role-playing game. Yeah, this looks awesome. Like, especially even from the first trailer. Like, the first time we saw this game, I was already on board. I already liked, Wasteland 3. I thought that game was really fun, and I'm glad that In Exile is doing something completely different this time around. And yeah, this trailer was awesome, and I just can't wait to play it at this point. I just almost don't want to know anything else at this point, Bowser.
Right.
I kind of just want to play it at this point. Like, that's kind of where I'm at with this game, which is why I'm a little disappointed that we didn't get a release date, same as you. In fact, I'm glad they didn't troll us, because they trolled us again. They put up the in due time thing there.
Yeah,
and I was like,
mad.
no, but then they at least gave us a year. But yeah, this is one that I kind of just want to play already and not continue to wait for it.
And at least what we're seeing here, we saw some gameplay moments in it. I mean, it looks like it's coming together well.
Yeah.
Beautiful steampunk revolvers, throwing cards around. Yeah. I'm
Threatening to shoot robots in the face.
Yeah, we're going to blow some holes in a robot. Yep.
Yep.
So yeah, I cannot wait.
I'm in the same boat with Ryan. It's like, you've shown me this trailer's 4 minutes long, by the way. Every other trailer that I've been showing you guys has been like a minute long. You showed me 4 minutes of this game. It looks awesome. It looks beautiful. Can't wait to play it. Would love to see the characters. But I'm good. Just don't
This
show me
villain
anything
lady,
else.
look at her. Oh,
Yeah, she looks ridiculous. But also, like I said, there's just this is, Sean was saying Bioshock. This is the closest thing you're gonna get to Bioshock, like esque, because it just looks like Infinite, right, with the steampunk stuff and everything. But like, lots of cool things. Visually looks stunning. But yeah, like I'm day one game. But I don't need to see anymore. I'm good. Just what you showed me is enough. Also, it is one of two games where they flat out said, this is a console exclusive.
Yep.
You are not playing this anywhere else. So good on Xbox, because I think this is definitely one of those that could get some people over to an Xbox console or PC, Game Pass, whatever, because this is also day one on Game Pass, which is also insane. But yeah,
this
like
little
that
doll giving me Death Stranding 2 vibes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the mocap that apparently Bowser did there,
this
which
lady
is
right here.
that's wild to put that on the internet, but that you did that. But overall, this is it just looks great. And like I said, I'm at this point where I'm just like, I don't need to see any more to be sold on it. So no, I'm good, man. This is gonna be a great game and good get for Xbox for sure.
I'm sorry you can't play it, Fee, but
It's okay. As much as
I'll
I
remove
love No, it's okay. I'm a-okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out something because goodness gracious, I love a good steampunk game. I really enjoyed BioShock, so being able to see something that's relatively on the close side of that, and then just kind of like the misfit like group of characters that are going on there, I really want to check it out. For the time being,
Let's hope for a PC mod that makes it third person. How about that?
yeah, fingers
Always a
crossed.
possibility.
Who knows? Yeah, exactly. I'm curious how it's gonna play out. I'm gonna be obviously. I imagine Mitch is gonna stream it, so I'm gonna have to watch him play just to get some perspective. Let's be real. Mitch is streaming this game. Like there's no question about that. So yeah, I love it. I am very excited to see it like come out. Hopefully we get a full release date either like by the end of the year that we know like when in 2027 it's going to be coming out. I know a lot of people are avoiding, like we talked about consistently over the past year. Everyone's like avoiding any like sort of like November dates to begin with. Obviously not this year. Like when it comes to this year, either way. But yeah, who knows? Maybe I will check it out, but we'll see at that time. But yeah, really good shout out to that game for sure. I'm so excited for it. It looks ridiculous. I just love Anne. Anne is definitely one of my, like, just her just like flipping off everybody. That was my, yeah. I was just like, yeah, she looks really freaking cool. Mitch.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, what's up? What's up? What is your next shout out for this showcase?
I just want to say one thing. This is not a shout out, but I just want to say something, and I want to put this on the record.
Shout out confirmed.
Shout out confirmed. I did not do mocap for the cult game. I just want to say that.
Oh my god.
I did not do mocap for the cult. That's not me.
Bitch,
okay?
Dude.
That's not me.
When we were watching this in motion, I thought it kind of looked like you, but like I didn't want to believe it, but literally
His
you
glasses
pausing
are
it
too
looks
big.
exactly like you.
It's such bullshit. It's
sue.
not me, guys. I'm gonna. Okay, they went on my stream and they caught my likeness and they're like, "Damn, he's handsome. Let's throw him in the game." I get it, but stop.
Mitch
I did
is a
not
cult leader,
create a cult
confirmed.
game. I did not create a cult game.
Mitch,
Everybody in the chat was like, "Oh my god, it is Mitch," and I was instantly like, "What the hell, everybody? Like, we're friends, right?" Yeah, that's fine. I just want to say it for the record. That's it.
And for
I would
anybody
say-
wondering, the name of that game is Join Us,
Join us. You gotta say
Yeah,
that.
have fun.
as you would with a cult.
multiplayer, guys, we could play.
We're
We
gonna
should have
build
our
our own
own
cult.
cult.
Yeah,
With
Mitch.
Mitch is the leader.
Maybe they have a default in character creator and it's just you. It'll make
Yeah,
it so much
We're
easier.
all picking that. Who cares about the character creator?
If his
Mitch
name is
is-
Rich, I am throwing a cease and desist. I'm doing it
Yes!
so fast.
Yeah.
I want money, damn it. You can't just disparage my
His
name
name
and
is
put me in a
Rich
cult
Power.
game. Yeah, exactly. Good lord. Anyway, here's the thing. I could easily say Gears 6 or Gears E-Day. I could easily say that, right? But I'm not gonna, because I think that's a big game that all of us can talk about. Instead, I will talk about a game that definitely had people's eyeballs going, what the hell is this game? And it's called Magicians, the Devil's Deal.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, this thing happens, and all of us are just kind of like, what's this all about? And it looks like a whole, like, we originally thought it was like We Happy Few 2. Like, it has that kind of aesthetic of like the character design and all that stuff. But there's a lot of crazy things that are happening in this. There's a lot of things that looks like, you know, again, we made the joke, like, Sean, you want BioShock? This is looking as close to weird BioShock as you can get when there's like literal magic that these dudes are doing. But it's like, did this magician sell his soul to the devil type of deal? And I'm trying to skip through so we can get to some gameplay. But this was definitely a game that I didn't know. I knew it was a world premiere, obviously. But no, this game looks crazy. The amount of different things that you can do. The fact that like all this was CG and we're like, oh yeah, I guess, you know, look at all the CG stuff. And again, it reminds me of BioShock with all the abilities that you get. Like left, but then all of a sudden they get to gameplay and you're like, wait, what? Like that is gameplay.
Yep.
And it looks very cool. Definitely something out of the ordinary. Like I said, how many games do we have with like that's gameplay? That looks great. Again, abilities. I'm assuming puzzle solving abilities are requiring you to do magic and turn things upside down and like all. Yeah, lot of cool stuff that I'm catching with this game. So, will it be another game that I check out immediately? More than likely. I don't, like I said, if it's a quicker experience, I'm down for that too. But this definitely had some people perked up. Again, Game Pass day one, console. It looks like this, at least Xbox only. Again, it's kind of like get that situation, play anywhere. But yeah, like that's really, really cool. 2027, no official release date. Yeah, this game is, like I said, I obviously I'm going to talk about Gears. That's my last one. But like, this is just something that out of nowhere was unexpected that had a lot of people's attention real fast. So shout out to this. We'll be playing it sometime next year. And again, if this actually does happen to stay on Xbox, that's another game that can get people drawn over here and seeing what we got going on over here. And yeah, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Big shout out to this game.
Man. Ryan, Bowser, what do you think about this one?
I think
day
Mitch
one.
said it all. Yeah.
Valid. No, for sure. Yeah, I am looking forward to watching other people play this one.
Yep, this was another one that you gets to watch people play, unfortunately.
That was like half the showcase, Mitch.
Yeah.
It was, and that was the part that I was like, man.
Yep.
Again,
It's okay.
maybe they'll create a cure by 2027. We don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Anything's possible.
maybe. Or I get a sponsorship with Gravel. So
Exactly.
we'll find out.
Whatever happens
Stay
first.
tuned.
One of the
Whatever
two.
happens
One
first.
of the two. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it looks really cool. I'm interested with the fact that we had two very like BioShock-esque games in one showcase. I'm curious if more people are trying to fill the void, because I know BioShock is a fan favorite. I know myself, I love it, even though I barely play it myself. So I'm just curious because we typically will see that. We see like obviously a lot of people like appreciate those types of game styles and then implement them into their own thing and then just go from there. But I'm just curious overall. But the next one, I saw the comment in the chat there. I wouldn't say that BioShock is dead, but I would say that a lot of people are giving homage to BioShock.
They're making a new one. Like
Yeah.
there is a new one that is in active development, but it just hasn't been.
It sounds like the development got restarted on that one, which is why it's taking forever to come
When
out.
Rod
But
Ferguson
it will,
showed up.
Yeah, it'll probably come out in the next couple of years. But also to your point, Fee, what's interesting about these BioShock-like games is that they're all taking different approaches to it. Like Clockwork Revolution is very much a role-playing game that happens to also be like BioShock, whereas this Magician one doesn't look like an RPG at all, but it looks a lot closer to BioShock, but with like magical powers instead of like different, plasmids and whatnot. So I like the fact that we're getting this style of game, but like with different approaches, because we're kind of seeing that with like Mass Effect likes or rogue likes or other genres as well. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will say, please just give us space between this and Clockwork, because I don't want any fatigue to happen where say they both come out hella close to each other. And then you're like, I just played this. Do I want to play this? Like, give us some space, and that'd be really cool. Have one come out more beginning of the year, the other one end of the year, which I would assume like Clockwork would probably be like your big fall game. If it's especially, it could be that.
Could be.
But
Yeah.
I would just give me some space between the two games. That's all I ask for.
Yep.
And shout out for Giles gifting a sub to Electric Maestro. Thank you very much.
Congrats. Thank you very much.
A golf club to you.
All right, Fee, back to you.
Back to me. Well, you guys, I guess I'll continue with the cuteness, but also the sad notes. We'll start with, or at least continue with, Bad Magpie. My brain was like trying to say mad and bad at the same time. I apologize. So a new game, a world premiere was Bad Magpie, that is coming out by Milktooth. I don't know if we got an actual date for this one either. That might be the only other one that we didn't get a date for, but it's just really chaotic. The preface of just this magpie who's just a pyromaniac, setting things ablaze, just causing everyone's life to be significantly more difficult. I will say I was fully in for the chaos until the moment that you find out in the trailer that he cannot fly. Then I felt really bad and got overly emotional watching it because he's just watching his friends fly away and he's just like, why are you all leaving? And then it's just him alone in the rain.
2027. I just missed it during the show.
Oh, okay, cool. I completely forgot if they gave a specific date or not. But yeah, looks fantastic. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I know this is also going to be a Game Pass game as well, so I'll definitely be checking it out. Hopefully there is a happy ending, fingers crossed. However, sometimes when it comes to animals in a video game, it doesn't end up super happy at the end. So who knows?
Yeah. But maybe we just get our wings back and we can fly and everything's fine.
Yeah.
Yes, that's going to be my ending. No matter what happens, that's going to be my ending, Bowser.
Yep. I loved this was the other like chill looking cuter game in the showcase. I'm glad we got a couple of them. I'm down to be a bird. Blind or no, I could be a burb. That's fine.
Could be.
Just going to be a pyromaniac burb who sets everything ablaze.
Sounds great.
Yeah, sometimes you just wake up and you're like, I want to choose violence and set things on blaze.
Most
Why
days,
not?
you know?
Yeah, pretty much. Definitely the vibe. Ryan, what are your thoughts on this one?
I think it looks fine and fun. That is what I will say about this. On the fine and fun scale, I would rate this one. It looks fine and fun. And
Very good.
I mean, it's typically, again, not the type of game that I would usually be, super interested in. But, again, it's on Game Pass. I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
Completely makes sense. And Mitch, I know that you're our resident cutesy gamer over here. What are your are you going to be playing this day one?
Thank you. I appreciate you recognizing that. I will not be playing it. However, what I will shout out to is in the sizzle reel that they had at the end, it was the one clip of flowers watching things on fire, and we all just kind of laughed. We're like, all right, yeah, that was good. That was really good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, like I said, a game for everybody, a genre for everybody, and Game Pass day one. How can anybody get mad at that?
Yeah.
True. Very true. Well, that is Bad Magpie, but we'll continue on and talk to Ryan again. I think I have a feeling what you're going to be shouting out, but
I'll just pull it up.
yeah, just start
you
bringing
never
it
know.
up.
I might surprise you. It could be
Are you
literally
gonna-
anything.
Are you? Because I feel like you talked about something else all weekend, and we finally got to see it. So Ryan, tell us about it.
I know. I can't believe I talked about State of Decay 3 the whole weekend. And we finally got to, to be fair, that is one of my honorable mentions is State of Decay 3. I'm very excited.
Yeah, that looked good.
Finally glad we saw it. But there was only one game in the showcase that caused me to be very, very excited. And it started off with, yeah, because of course the Offspring's back, because Crazy Taxi is back, baby. I can't believe we are getting a brand new Crazy Taxi game. Of course, was teased about a week and a half ago. We've been waiting for Crazy Taxi all weekend. It wasn't at the State of Play. It wasn't at Summer Game Fest. I'm like, are we even seeing Crazy Taxi? Because I'm like, probably not going to be at Xbox. Turns out it was at Xbox, which is actually an interesting follow-up because of the fact that, Crazy Taxi, when after the Dreamcast kind of failed and Sega was bringing their games to new platforms, Xbox was actually kind of like the place that Sega brought a lot of their games to when
it was.
They were really struggling. And Crazy Taxi was one of those games. It was they did a Crazy Taxi on the original Xbox, and that was kind of their follow-up after the two Dreamcast Crazy Taxis. And I love when we get to bring back old fantastic franchises, and Crazy Taxi, it's just amazing to kind of see a return to a game like this in the year of our Lord 2026. Although they did mention as well, because it's called Crazy Taxi World Tour. It's coming out next year. And they confirmed on Blue Sky that it's going to be like an open world game. And it's not going to be on a timer like the original Crazy Taxi. So it's not going to be like an arcadey Crazy Taxi game, but you're still, picking up fares and driving people from place to place. But it isn't like an arcade, pick up as many people as you can in 3 minutes, like Tony Hawk, and that's the game. It sounds like it's going to be very different, but in a good way. Again, from the trailer, we're seeing just a ton of over the top stuff. You've got a giant shark. You're delivering pizzas. You got people, telling you to do, jumps off, the road there. This game looks rad, and I can't wait to actually see, what you're actually doing in this game, how it actually plays, and just can't wait to play it. I'm so happy that Sega is bringing back a ton of their old franchises, and between this and Persona and Alien Isolation 2, Sega honestly has been one of the most impressive third-party publishers this whole weekend of Summer Game Fest. Like I have to give, like if I had a cap on right now, I would be tipping my cap to Sega because they brought a lot of fantastic looking games, both the Summer Game Fest and the Xbox Showcase. And I can't wait. I think the future for Sega is really bright, and in games like Crazy Taxi are the reason for that. So shout out to Crazy Taxi. I can't wait for that game. I think it's going to be super fun.
Yeah, I've never played Crazy Taxi, but this certainly has caught my attention. It looks like a rad time, just having fun.
Yeah.
Good old having fun video game.
With you mentioning it being open world, I almost feel like it's going to be like Burnout Paradise.
Yeah.
Where
Probably.
you're just driving around some crazy open world, and then on the side of the road, there's just some dude who's just like, yo, I need a ride. And then you got to do some crazy shit to get him where you got to get him, right?
Yeah.
That's what I think of when I think of that. But again, that could also... Dude, yeah,
That's exactly
like
what I'm expecting of this game.
Yeah, exactly. At this point, if it's going to be open world like that, that could be... And of course, there'll be secrets and jumps and like all these things you got to figure out too. I mean, yeah, good for them, man. Like you said, Sega was talking about bringing back a bunch of franchises, and what a way to get that. Also, the weird part, that didn't mention any other consoles, but I have a very strong feeling there's no way that's exclusive.
I'm going to double check
no
that,
way.
but I
There's
also
no way
I
that's
believe
exclusive.
it's other consoles, but
It has to be, bro. Like, there's no way.
Yep.
But either way, that didn't say Game Pass, did it?
No,
Okay.
and it's just a 2027 date, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Very
especially
cool,
with
though.
how good like Shinobi was last year as well too. Like Sega again is on a roll with their old franchises. So
And the Sonic Racing game having like 9 expansions announced and everything.
well,
They did a
that
really
game
good
is
job
really
this
fun
year.
too. And
Yeah.
I did look it up. Confirmed Crazy Taxi World Tour coming to Switch 2, PS5, Xbox, and PC.
Nice.
There you go. Cool.
Nice.
What do you think, Fee? You gonna drive around a taxi?
I am excited for this to be a Ryan Sunday stream.
Yeah.
There you
Right.
go.
Yeah, that's what I'm currently looking forward to. I will say, from my experience with at least Forza, driving games are not typically my top go-to. So I am just really excited to see people who, like Ryan, of course, who's super pumped for it. I will admit, was not aware that Crazy Taxi was a thing up until this weekend. So really excited to hear. I'm being
I know.
honest.
I love it.
You're fine.
You're not old like us, okay? Because again, I've been a Sega fan since I was a kid, and I just love the Dreamcast nostalgia is kind of coming back around in a big way. Because we also know they're working on Jet Set Radio, which is another kind of big Dreamcast franchise as well as a bunch of old stuff like Golden Axe and Streets of Rage as well. So
Yeah.
Very cool.
I only knew maybe like one or two of what you just said. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just making Mitch feel more and more like just
I'm
existential
so
dread.
old. I have an AARP card coming in the mail tomorrow.
I feel like this is just a sign, Fee, because you mentioned my Sunday streams. Maybe this is just a sign I play more Sega stuff on the streams, so then I can
there you
expose
go.
people like you did to more Sega stuff. Honestly,
Exactly.
Yeah, because a lot. I mean, to be fair, a lot of people were Nintendo kids. Like, not a lot of people I knew had Sega consoles. So, you might not be the alone there with not knowing a lot of Sega stuff.
There you go. Giles got it. Sega Sundays.
Sega Sunday. Wow. New segment for Ryan.
There you go.
Looking forward
Make a new
to
acronym, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say we already have an acronym. It's SWAT.
Nope, we got to make a new one with Sega in there now. Figure it out.
Yep.
Yeah. We're gonna have to find a new one. But no, I'm really excited to check it out. At least your streams, Ryan. I won't be checking it out myself, but I will certainly be watching you play it. So shout out to that one. Bowza, what is your last shout out for this particular showcase?
I mean, this is going to surprise absolutely no one that's been around. Senua is back, baby. And like super, super soon. Like, holy crap. I did not expect this at all. And I love both of the Hellblade games. They are phenomenal, but this one looks like faster combat. The write-up on the Xbox Wire says more puzzles coming back, because we kind of missed that. There wasn't a ton of it in Hellblade 2. Yeah, it's just, they kind of are selling it as more of like a spin-off type of thing. It's not like that Hellblade story, so that's why Hellblade's not in the title. But it looks gorgeous, and I am here for more Senua. I'm here for those creepy voices in my head, taking down big bosses. Oh, this is going to be so good. They totally shocked me. if there was anything that would have been on my game prediction, man, this would be it. But I thought it was way too soon for more Senua. So I'm so pleasantly surprised. I'm gonna have dreams, maybe nightmares about it.
Yeah, it
I know
looks
Sean's with me here somewhere. Sean, we're ready for more Senua.
Exactly. It looks so freaking good. I was really thrilled by seeing the fact that we are going back into the series. I still need to finish the other two. I know I stopped at the time, but it just looks. I'm really I'm was lost for words when I saw it. Also the fact that there's this scene alone.
Yeah,
for
that
context
right
for a
there.
listener.
I want that.
Yes, absolutely. Even the cover art looks phenomenal. When it goes to the next scene where we see the actual cover art, I'm flabbergasted. Just the entire art style to it. Shout out to this entire team because I'm just excited to see where we go next. And we're not going with Hellblade anymore. It's just Senua. So it's about her. So yeah, this alone. Oh my god.
Her fading into that gold and then coming back out with a gold sheen on. Oh,
yeah,
gorgeous.
Yeah, it almost has a wood texture to it. It looks like one of really stunning. Oh my god, I'm just gonna stare at this for a long time. In the meantime, Mitch, what are your thoughts on this?
100% unexpected. Didn't even think about it. Didn't even think this would be a thing for another year or two. Very happy that. I mean, is this the Insomniac where they're going to be the studio that's pumping out content and good content constantly? Good for them. I'm not going to get upset if it's more action focused and all that stuff too. Cause I mean, again, I love my action games. They're good stuff. I played the first two, thought they were awesome. Audio's creepy as hell. Wear headphones. If you play these games, wear headphones. Yes. Don't listen to speakers. Don't listen through your home theater surround sound setup. You weirdos who still have that. Get headphones on. Play that. But no, overall though, I'm very happy that this game is coming out as fast as it is. The first games are great. First two, I should say. If you want to go check those out, Game Pass, please. But yeah, and again, do I want to load it up on my awesome PC and see how good it looks? You're damn right I do. I really want to see that. But yeah, I was absolutely shocked when I saw Senua's face. I was like, okay. Okay, and yeah, you're right. The shot of her coming through this is so good. This shot of her just yeah, that's rad. That's really, I'm a big fan of that.
I changed my name on the podcast feed.
I did see that. Yeah, I did see that. I did see that. But no, overall, very happy this is coming out and so soon.
Yeah. Didn't the last one just come out last year?
2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago?
That's what I'm saying. Isn't that
2024.
Weird?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird how time flies?
Exist.
2 years ago? But again, if they can pump out a solid game every 3 years, that's a good sign for Xbox, right? Keep that going. Keep that going.
Yeah.
Also, this one was announced for PS5 as well and Steam.
Yep.
Obviously Game Pass, Play Anywhere, all that jazz. But yeah, good for them. That's solid. I'm actually surprised that's not a console exclusive as well.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Mitch, because we got a new posting on the Xbox Wire after the show finished, where Asha Sharma talked about exclusivity, because she talked about why Clockwork Revolution and Gears were exclusive and why other things weren't. And she mentioned in the article that their plan going forward is that all their first party games will be exclusive to Xbox, unless there was already a prior arrangement for them to be on multi-platform. So it sounds like Hellblade, as an example, or Senua, was already planned to be a multi-platform game, and they had to kind of stick with it. But other games going forward are not going to be like that from the sound of it.
And the
so
other
it sounds
ones
like
are
they're
on
going to be doing
PlayStation.
that.
So
yeah.
Well, and actually,
That one-
it originated on PlayStation. The first Hellblade was a PlayStation exclusive to start with.
Yeah.
So,
Jan32 says also the internet's burning down with this change. Go to hell, anyways.
yeah.
Whatever. Stay mad, bro. Whatever.
What's actually funny is I remember seeing a rumor that Jez Corden had put out there 4 months ago about Hellblade 3, and what happened with Project Mara. Because like to both everyone's points here, I was not expecting to see this game today either, because I expected, maybe we're supposed to see like because they kept talking about, Project Mara being this next thing, which was this other game that takes place in this apartment that you have to try and escape essentially. But when Senua showed up, I couldn't believe what we were seeing. But Jace Corden had actually had this like 4 months ago, where he mentioned that that he had heard that Project Mara had been canceled, and that like Hellblade 3, which now we know as Senua, is kind of like the next big thing, we'd be hearing about it soon, which is crazy to think about. I didn't believe it at the time, but now I can't believe that actually ended up being true. Yeah. But also, I love the first two games. Like, I am so stoked for Senua. I can't wait to play this game too. Like, this is definitely on my list for sure. And if I knew Bowser wasn't going to bring it up, I would have mentioned it on one of my lists. Yeah.
I have a request of the community. Can somebody go and screenshot the moment Senua's face showed up and get Bowser's reaction and make that a GIF? Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Yeah. That's something you can do, Mitch. You got this.
I feel like we had a couple of those moments in the show. The Bowser's face when Senua showed up, Mitch's face when Mitch showed up, and then my face when Crazy
all
Taxi
of our
showed
faces
up.
when Mitch showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had a bunch of those this stream, actually.
There was. But yeah, I know. You know what? Since Mitch has left, I'm not going to take his thunder. I was almost tempted. I was gonna like take it, but I'm not going to. So I'm gonna shout out another game that we got to see a little bit of, and I'm very excited for, and that is Fable. I haven't played a Fable game previously. I am new to the world of Fable, and each and every time we see that on the screen, goodness gracious, do I get more and more interested by the gang that's currently already in this game. We got the introduction to Haley Atwell, and guys, I'm already sold. Like, if this was the first trailer and it was just Haley Atwell just telling me about her being a hero, and then she's just a warrior, just this like badass, by all means, I want to play this game. Like, already sold. She looks phenomenal. I've always heard that like Fable can get quite silly and stuff like that, but then kind of seeing the seriousness, like even her calling them out, saying like none of them are like actually worthy. Like, just being just like this, like take this, like, we've seen other trailers that everyone's being kind of like goofy in some capacity, but then having this kind of like serious trailer. I know they're trying to do a balance, but yeah, I am trying to go into this almost blind. As like I said, I've never played a Fable before. I've had friends when I was even in high school who were huge fans of Fable that were just constantly like, oh, you should play this. And I'm like, I kind of put it on the back burner. But then seeing this now, like, goodness gracious, I feel like this is a great time for a lot of us who've never played Fable. We've like no pun intended, the Fable of Fable, because this is a really well-known fantasy game. So, oh my god, it just looks so good. And the more we get to see of it, just the shenanigans you can get up to, I am just super shocked. They just keep on like bringing in like more and more name recognition into it. Like, I'm not surprised, but at the same time, like, oh my god, it just looks so good, guys. I need something to kind of like fill the void between like Baldur's Gate 3 and then Divinity. We have something now, which is of course Fable. Because we have some of the darkness there, but oh my gosh. Also, I feel so terrible. I always constantly forget her name, but one of the characters that were just on the screen, she's one of the main characters of What We Do in the Shadows, and love her. You would assume that maybe if I loved her, I would know her name right off the top of my head, but apparently I'm terrible with names. I'm sorry, guys. Either way, oh my god, it just looks so good. I hope that it just does it justice, like the entire, like just with the entire series. But yeah, Mitch, welcome back. What are your thoughts on Fable?
I'm in the same boat that I was, where sold, don't need to see more.
Yeah.
Just wait. Very excited to play it. Hopefully my GTA 6 fix will be over by then, and hopefully I can go ahead and play this game.
It's your fault that it got pushed to February.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, deal with it, bro. Sorry, whatever. But no, it is absolutely, it looks amazing. Obviously we saw like the previous, I almost want to say the previous trailer gave me more when they did the deep dive on Fable. The other, what was it? I can't remember when. Was it like the beginning of the year? Yeah. that deep dive sold me enough. And then them showing this with Haley Atwell, which again, I remember I was like, the chick from Captain America, because again, I'm terrible with names as well. But no, like, this looks great. And it just reconfirms to me that this is going to be a crazy cool game. And so far, I haven't seen anybody that's been... I haven't heard one person see this game and go, like anybody who's excited about Fable before, who's played Fable before, is like, hell yeah. And then we got people that have never played a Fable game before, and they're like, what is this? This looks amazing. So, and also Playground doesn't miss.
Yep.
So yeah, let them do it. And like visually, all the character models look great. They said all the characters are going to have voice acting. Like you could follow a character around all day and you can see the things they do, and it's unique. Like the combat looks cool. Like character models, like, dude, yeah, it's gonna be great. And excited. And then now they have an official date in February. Again, some people are mad. It's like, oh, you got a lot of games to play. Again,
Well, I hate the way they phrased the delay.
I get
Give
it,
me bullcrap.
but I don't want a Titanfall 3 situation. Do not put out a game when it's crowded. Just let it breathe, please.
That's just fine. Say we don't want to release against GTA 6. It's coming in February.
Yeah.
And
I wish
GTA
one
6 gets
company.
it.
I just want one company to say that, dude. One company to be like, see that damn November 15th? You would think I wanted to compete with that? No, we'll see you in
That's
February.
a Devolver move to come out and say it.
I was gonna say Yoshi P actually said that with the Final Fantasy 14 expansion, because they announced that it's coming out in January, and he's like, he said that is part, because they mentioned that before when like Elden Ring was coming out and their expansion was coming out like the same week or whatever. They're like, yeah, we'll give you 1 week after Elden Ring comes out and then you can play it. And it's the same thing with Final Fantasy 14 this time around.
Yeah.
But
And this game looks phenomenal. Like there's
day
again,
one for me.
I don't need to see anything else. It's Game Pass. Also, this is one of those you can play on PS5 as well. And I'm very happy if you've never played it. And if you only own PlayStation in the past, you get a chance to play this amazing RPG. So yes, go do that.
Yep.
Yeah. Ryan, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I love Fable going all the way back to the first one. So this is a game like Mitch. I was already sold at the last developer direct. Like they said all the right things. They even confirmed that I could do what I do in the old games, which is murder an entire town and then just take possession of all their possessions and then have new residents move in and then charge them insane rent prices. Like that just sounds like my kind of game. Just get to do all the evil random stuff that I get to do, you know? So yeah, I honestly, I don't have too much else to say besides what y'all said. I can't wait for this. I will say though, I wish I had like just $200 lying around, because they announced this collector's edition for Fable with the Jack of Blades, which by the way is like a classic Fable villain from the first game, kind of making his return. They kind of showed him off in the trailer there. But I wish I could have this in my house because this looks super cool. And I love the fact too that like, you know, we got a bunch of these announced today as well. Cause like I'll quickly zoom over to this one, the Halo one as well. Like, Xbox had been out of the collector's edition or even physical game market for the longest time, to the point where like retailers weren't stocking physical Xbox games on shelves because they just weren't, you know, they were getting out of, they were going digital only. But the fact that we're now kind of seeing the return of that with 3 big franchises today is crazy to me, that they're kind of going all in on kind of the physical space again.
I just want these collector's editions to have the digital code option, and then I'm happy.
Yeah.
Because I have a Series S. I don't want to get up and change discs. I'm lazy.
Well, the good thing is you don't have to, because they're all on Game Pass, so you can just play them that way too if you wanted to.
But also, you're paying for the game when you buy that collector's edition.
Yeah,
that's
true. I don't want to pay
especially
for the physical game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to sell feet pics to get the Gears one because it's $300. So yeah,
some companies do it right, and they have a collector's edition that doesn't include the game at all. And people like lose their mind over it, but it's for an audience. Like, just take that amount off the price.
I remember got such shit for that, dude. Wolfenstein's just like, here's cool stuff if you want. Like,
I was gonna say, I'm exactly that person.
Cool things, here you go.
I want the cool things to put on my shelf, and it doesn't need to include another copy of the game, which I won't use because I'm playing it digital.
Yeah.
Quick story. I got all stoked. I pre-ordered Spider-Man 2. I was going to buy it day one. The game review came out. I got FOMO like crazy. I bought the big Venom statue, and it came with the digital code. And guess what? Sony doesn't like to reverse pre-orders digitally. Don't know why. The game's not even out. You haven't shipped anything. but I gave away the code on the Extra Life actually for that. So
Yeah.
you can always sell the game if you want, but I get it. I make it
Yeah.
a little bit cheaper, especially the $300 Gears one, if you could, please. I talked about not
Yeah.
buying a new
Take the
console.
game out.
But
I mean, just the stuffs.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
you mean this one, Mitch?
Yeah, it's
this one?
pretty.
Look how nice
Look
this
at that.
is.
Oh my God, look how good that looks.
Yeah.
Also, I want to point out there's a lot of content that comes with the Gears one. Like a lot of stuff that comes with the Gears one,
Yeah,
so I
there's
get
actually,
that.
like,
Physical
Also,
items.
the other thing to point out too with the Fable one, it confirmed post-launch DLC. There's
Yeah.
post-launch expansion, so there is going to be an expansion for the games. That was also the first time that they announced officially that there is like post.
Well, they even named it too.
launch.
Fable: The
Yeah.
Order of the Hero.
Yeah, gotta love when they name it before the game's out, but that's fine. Go on,
Yeah. Exactly.
that's fine.
Very
God,
nice.
that Gears one's pretty. And Marcus Phoenix skin. Good lord, look at that. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, we're fine. Well,
Speaking of Gears,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mitch, what's your last shout out for the showcase?
I don't know. I mean, I've only liked Gears a little bit. No, it's Gears of War. Shocked, to be honest, shocked that they had a 7-minute first right off the rip. Here's Gears E-Day. Not saying we weren't going to get Gears, obviously, because they had a whole showcase afterwards. But they showed us a good amount of Gears right off the rip. Right before the showcase, just looking at this, visually looks insane. It has that Gears of War feel. I'm very happy that they are literally going right off the rip of, now that we know, they were at a bar just hanging out. And then out of nowhere, shit went south when they opened up the door and they're like, what is going on? So, I mean, so far that's cool. It's good to see them just being normal human beings and not being dude bros and gear, like armor and all this stuff. Like, it's really cool to see this. Also confirmed the 4-player co-op right off the rip, which is also great. Big fan of that, which they later did confirm 4-player online, 2-player split screen. Again, a big Gears staple is the couch co-op stuff, because every other Gears has been like that. So the fact that they did it here, very excited. Thank you for that. But I mean, again, I was already sold on Gears. You say more Gears, I say yes, I'm fine with that, of course. But there's little things that they're doing with this game now. Like they had mentioned in the showcase, they're rebuilding everything from the ground up. So like they redid all the animations, they redid character mod, like everything about the game is fresh and new, which is great. Because again, it's not going to feel exactly the same. So you get those people like, oh, it just feels like more Gears. Well, no, like there's different levels of, cover now that you can do that you couldn't do before, right?
We can jump.
You can jump. And they forgot how to do it after this game, but we're not going to
fine.
talk about that, okay? They can jump now. There's higher levels of cover that they can climb over and stuff like that. There's lower levels of cover that you couldn't use before that you can now. Visually, of course, the game was already going to look stunning. We already knew that. But yeah, again, everything they showed me, I didn't even notice it right there. He was already in that lower level of cover in the thing. I didn't even notice that. But no, dude, this game looks so damn good. Like the movement looks great. I'm excited to see the multiplayer stuff, which that was the one thing I'll say. They didn't talk a lot about multiplayer, but what they did mention was a 12-person horde mode, which by the way, horde mode is fantastic. Building bases, fighting just onslaughts of enemies over and over, but the 12-player version of it makes me think you're going to have some wild things you're going to have to shoot and try to kill. That's going to require a lot. And yeah, the fact it's coming out, we got an official release date in October. Thank you. I don't have a negative thing to say about this game. It looks great, and I cannot wait to play it. And I hope that my Gears, because again, this is one of those games that when I got my 360, when I have such a fond memory of this game because me, Buzz, Dame, I met my friends that I still play games with today. This was the first game that we played together. We played Gears 1, 2, and 3 all day long. And I just want more of that. Now, again, it looks different enough to make us want to come back and see something different, right? Because we did have that whole, when Gears Ultimate came out, last year? We were playing it, but we were kind of it's Gears 1. Not Gears 3 or Judgment, where we were used to all these new things and stuff being in the game, right? So it kind of was yeah, it's cool. It's nostalgic and stuff, but all the annoyances you had with Gears 1 were there. Whereas this looks like there's enough difference to make us go, okay, this could be a way to like get us back playing Gears and things like that. It's violent as hell. It's bloody as hell. Ain't no blood coming off of Marcus's jacket right there. That shit is
He's
covered.
not pulling a Wolverine.
He's not pulling a Wolverine where he walks around and all of a sudden he's got dry cleaning. You know what I'm saying? No, and like it looks it looks like those things look scary. Like when there's the scene where Marcus gets choked up against the wall and like lifted up by one of those things, it looks like, oh, Marcus is gonna die. Like there's the threat of like these things it's not like Marcus has been dealing with this shit for years. This is like him literally walking out of a bar going, what is happening right now? All the destructible environment things, it's just, yeah, man, like, come on, dude. If you see this,
they just amped up Gears.
Mm-hmm.
They really did.
More excited for that. Take it to the next level.
Yeah, there's a lot. You can jump. It's crazy. You can jump. Yeah, when you walk up shotgun to somebody and they turn into pieces of a person, and said, oh my God, this game looks so good. Like, it just looks like they took everything, even though this is a prequel, they did everything they could to modernize a prequel. And some people like you, like we make fun of it, right? Oh, you forgot how to jump. You forgot how to climb things.
Well, they got arthritis in their knees as the time
exactly.
went on.
They've been through a lot,
they got the
guys.
heavy suits. You can't jump in those heavy suits.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, the showcase was great at the end of the show because they talked about all the different things that they're doing, like the facial animations, how they said there's like more in his eyebrows than the entire first game's facial animation features. Like, yeah, of course there is. Yes. And like, this looks like to me that like, Gears was always the game that visually was like, you want to show off your Xbox, go put Gears in, right? You want to show off how crazy games can look visually, go put Gears in and show people. This looks like that return to form of like, do you want to like, this is on par with like PlayStation, you know, first person single player games, like those like Uncharted, like that kind of like attention to detail. This is Xbox's attention to detail game. And it doesn't look like it's disappointing in any way.
And Hivebusters did a good job of that at the beginning of the generation as well.
Yes, to show off like how good the games can look and how good a system can run. And yeah, this dude, come on. This looks really good. And yeah, very excited to play this. This will probably be the game. I will drop everything to play this game. Everything will be dropped to play this game. Yep. And then this will lead right into GTA 6, which is not getting delayed. And I don't want to hear a word about it.
Until it gets delayed till February.
All right.
Will they pull Fable up then?
Fun.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
How funny would it be if it got
they split
delayed
flop?
and everyone was just like, JK, we're coming out in November. Sorry. we actually finished.
Yeah.
That would be really funny.
And then there would be much rejoicing if that happened. We'd all be happy about it.
Except for Midge.
Yeah, everybody would be happy. Exactly. Yeah. About that. Who else has thoughts about this amazing game that's going to be an incredible console exclusive?
It's day one for me. I'll be right there alongside you. Drop everything. It's Gears Day.
I mean, I'm excited about it. I like Gears, and I loved Gears 5. I thought that game was awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm day one because of how many games are coming out this fall. Like we just got the release date for Castlevania, which is like a week later. But lots of stuff coming out on September 25th in particular. Like it's a game I'm excited about, but I'm also okay with waiting until November to play because I need something to play while Grand Theft Auto is out and no other games are coming out. And I think like that's probably the perfect time for me to probably hop into Gears probably, but I am equally excited. I think that it showcased very well. And to your point, Mitch, you know, I was a little bit worried that maybe it might be more, well, this is just, you know, more Gears. Like it does feel like it's more than that. But at the same time, I'm also not, I don't feel it's gotten swung too far in the other direction where, it's completely different. Like it still feels very familiar as well in a good way. Like I do think that's a good thing. So, yeah, I'm excited to play it. It's not going to be day one, but it'll be before the end of the year for sure. Like I'm very excited to play this at some point.
I'm calling it now. I'm going to be on a cruise through October 3rd. The early access is going to happen like the 1st or something.
Well, they said
and
5
I'm still
days
going to
before.
buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be the 1st then. And I will get home October 3rd and pay for the early access and start playing it before I unpack my suitcase. It's fine.
Yep. That early access will be in the collector's edition that Mitch is suddenly going to find $300 to pay for.
Oh, it works then. Cool. Never mind.
Yep.
All works out. Yeah, like I've never like, here's what I'll say. I've never paid for early access for a game like that ever. and this would be the first one I probably would.
Yeah,
Even if I
you're
don't
playing
end
it
up
that
getting
Saturday
collector's
on
edition.
stream.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, like I will pay whatever the early access is for
Well,
this
and
game.
you're also going to get that extra DLC content, which you're going to probably want anyways, because that'll all be for the multiplayer. Like, of course you're going to want that.
Yeah.
That's why, like, when there are games with the early access, like if it's a game that I know I'm going to probably play the DLC for, like, of course I'm going to buy that version of the game because I'm just going to buy the DLC
Forza.
later anyways. So why not get it early?
I knew I'd buy Forza Horizon 6 DLC, so why not buy it early and play early?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But you didn't pay $300
I hate the
for
premise
so.
of it. I'm still mad at Xbox saying day 1 on Game Pass and it's day 5 on Game Pass.
Yeah.
I'm still
Yeah.
mad, and I'm still going to give them money because I'm a sucker. What can I say?
Yep.
Fair.
As I stare at every other Gears limited edition I have, I'm like,
Yeah, you're buying it.
Yeah. We already know, Mitch.
Get them rewards points cashed in. You'll be fine.
Yeah. I got to start doing a lot of Bing searches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
you
I
do.
got to get moving on there. Like,
You got to start
apparently,
playing Microsoft Gem on your Xbox app.
Bowser's got to show me the strat fast. I got to come up with $300 by October. Yeah. Also, in the collector's edition, they did announce there's an open beta for this game in August. Or let me rephrase that. There is a beta that's happening in August. Whether it's open or just for collector's edition people, they haven't
I think it's
announced
just for
that yet.
pre-orders.
It's just
Or
for
it could
pre-orders?
be-
Okay.
Or it could be,
Game
the
Pass.
pre-order people get it X days early, a week
Sure.
extra in the beta.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, because
Well, like
you
you
can
said-
probably roll out to all Game Pass subscribers at some point.
Yep.
I'm assuming, they will want to have an open beta to get as many people on this game
In fact,
as they can.
it was
to
like that with
stress
Gears
test it.
Ultimate. Not Gears Ultimate, Gears
Yeah, they did the
Reload,
same
the one
thing.
that just came out. Yeah.
Yep.
They had an open weekend where if you had Game Pass or pre-ordered it, you got it a week early, and then the week after they opened it up. So they'll more than likely do the same thing because, again, nothing ruins a multiplayer game more than broken servers day one. So yes, figure that out now, please. Good Lord, this game is good.
Yeah, I know for myself, I've never truly been interested in Gears. I've kind of joked about it a few times on my tenure on the Xbox Drive. But I know for myself, something I've always really wanted to be able to do is like play a Doom game. Like I like kind of like the gory, kind of like the creatures from the depths trying to like fight against it. But it's been something I haven't been able to do. I've never been more interested in playing a Gears game than I have today. Like I'm actually going to be playing it. Once it comes to Game Pass, I will not be playing it. I will not be buying. I will not be buying this game. I will be playing it on Game Pass. But no, it looks really good. I am really impressed by just the love and care that we saw throughout the showcase for Gears. We got to see a lot of really cool behind the scenes. The fact that they have an entire thing specifically for gore. They're like, we take gore seriously, and I'm like, tell me more. It's oh my god, it's just. Like, I like the idea that it's not just, like, instantly, like, oh, we know exactly what's going on, and then they go into it. Just like what Mitch said. They were at a bar, and then they walked out of the bar, and then just shit hit the fan, is the best way to put it. And they even said in the trailer, like, this city's been around for 80 years, and it took 2 days to completely destroy it. And I love the idea that you're able to traverse through the city and it grows. Like essentially what you see a city, like the skyscrapers, everything's normal. And then you might be going there a few hours down the line and then it's just completely in shambles. There's highways, everything. It's the same place. That means you can go back to it, but it looks completely different. And I think as someone who's like a Fallout fan, being able to see like those major cities and seeing it completely drastically change from what it used to look like till now. And who knows when we're getting a new Fallout game, guys. So I feel like this is just kind of like checking off boxes for me. And I know the rest of my co-hosts will be playing this game, and I definitely don't. I don't want to get FOMO, guys. I'm definitely gonna get FOMO.
Gotta do it.
I mean, it's 4-player co-op, and there's 4 of y'all on this show. So
yeah,
just
saying.
Maybe a post show someday. We come back on here and we play
we just cancel the Xbox Drive and just play Gears.
Or no, you don't need to cancel it, Bowser. You do the Xbox Drive inside Gears.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
I feel like there would be a few screams here and there, specifically from me, just being like, oh my god, and then just getting completely decimated. Because the only experience that I specifically have with Gears is playing multiplayer with some friends and just taking that gun and just shooting it up to the sky and then just letting it like completely decimate myself, not my friends. Because I'm like, if anyone's taking me out, it's gonna be me, and then I would just that's how I'd play the game. So I'm really curious to how it goes. It's not a typical game for myself, but this year I am trying to play more games that are not typically in my wheelhouse. So that's definitely going to be on my list for sure. And who knows, maybe it'll become my new favorite game, and then I'll play it when inevitably they say that GTA is going to get delayed, because that is. I still believe it, even though it wasn't announced. But I will believe it until I see. Like, I believe it until I see it. Either way, but yeah, I'm curious for myself, Mitch, when it comes to these games. Like, are there any games that maybe someone should check out before this comes out in October, or is it just you can go right into it because this is like the prequel of all the other games?
Yeah, kind of. You can pretty much go right into it. I mean, obviously, all the Gears games, all of them are on Game Pass if you really want to go check them out.
Sure.
There is a very big story behind all of it, too. And that's the other thing I was thinking about with you and like lore. Do you know how much lore is in Gears games? Like, holy shit, there's like a whole backstory. And that's the cool thing about this is the fact that this is a game that tells you the whole reason why, like in Gears 1, it's so far into the Locust showing up. And like, Marcus has already been through shit. And like, he's in prison, and you break him out of prison. It's the first thing you do. So it's like, it's really this game showing all the backstory behind it and showing how Marcus goes from just like a normal dude to like this grizzled, I've been through this already. I've lost so many people already.
Yeah.
There's a lot of lore that's here. And that's why, like, when they were talking about in the extra part of it at the end of the show, all like the characters in the books that people are like, hey, this character from the book that people have been, now you can see them. And like, there's a lot of cool stuff that I think that you would appreciate as well from a lore standpoint. If you really want to play a game just to get the feel of it, I wouldn't tell you to go play Gears 1 because it is, like Bowser said, old game feels old. I wouldn't tell you to play Gears 1, but the problem is like story-wise, you know what I would tell you? Go play Gears 4 and 5 if you want to do
5.
that.
That's where I started Gears 4.
Gears 4 and 5 it's your Star Wars sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
You don't need to really know much about the past. You know the past is there. There's cameos from the old cast, but it's a completely different story, but it's a more modern version of Gears.
Well, and they explain what you need to know, too. Like, they're very good at that.
Right. Yeah. Like, the problem is like, if you go back and play, like, Gears Ultimate or Reloaded or any of those, you're going to play an old Gears game, and you might be like, and that's the problem that me and Buzz had when we went back and played Gears 1 Remaster when it came out last year. We were just like, yeah, this feels old, because it's a game from 2006. 4 and 5, again, they have their own story, so you're not going to really be spoiled about anything here. 4 and 5 are good. 4 and 5 are not bad games at all. So I would tell you to actually check those out.
Mitch, if I may, is that I think before you play this one, if you have an interest in playing those games, maybe you should actually play them before this one, because it might be harder to go back and play those games with like learning the new mechanics of this one. That is a problem that a lot of people have going back to older games, because I get questions like this all the time from people looking to play older franchises where like it's tough to kind of like play the modern iteration and then go backwards. Like, I
will say you're right, because I did that with Red Dead. I played Red Dead Redemption 1 before 2, because if I played 2 first then went back to 1, there's
no way.
I went backwards, and shocking, because I'm the biggest person that old game is old, but Red Dead doesn't have to pull me in. Here's a question. Can you play Hive Busters without having played 5? Like I know it's not story-wise, it's definitely fine. I think you could just fire that up too if you just want to dip your toes in a little bit.
I think it is a separate expansion, you can do that.
So that's another option if you just want a little bit of Gears before this one.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say, because I don't know if I will go back. Because the entire preface of like kind of the start is more interesting to me, at least. I know that was like huge pull for myself when it came to like Fallout 4, for example, because you got to see before everything happened and then the bombs dropped. So seeing something like this, I think in my brain, it would be better for me to play something that's kind of like before everything else, because it kind of gives you a base. I know that for people who have played the other ones, and there's going to be probably 1.5 million Easter eggs kind of referencing like, this is why this character.
I saw them in the trailer. I was like,
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure. And that's kind of where I struggle a little bit, because in my brain I'm just like, I should be playing the one that technically starts it all, but at the same time, like, should I be playing the ones that are like older, because maybe I do understand the lore a little bit more. But I think in this case, just because it's my first experience, just hopping into E-Day seems like probably
Yeah,
my
I
best
think it makes
choice.
sense.
Yeah.
The other thing too, those old games are fast as hell. You can beat Gears 1 in no joke, especially if you have like a co-op to play with.
Okay.
Yeah.
4 hours, 5 hours, like they're really.
Yeah, it didn't take us long at
Yeah.
all.
So here's
Well,
what I'll
it's
tell you.
short.
You
How
can beat
long
all
to
of it in
beat?
an afternoon.
How long to beat says 9 hours, but
Wait,
that was
what?
before. No, listen. How long
That
to
was
beat says
before
9
the-
hours? That was before load times didn't exist anymore. Because me and Bowser got through Gears 1 in like 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not that long of a game.
It's not long.
Like it's really not that long.
I was gonna say, even in the 360 days though, like my younger brother used to come over all the time, and like him and I would play Gears of War, the original, and then 2 and 3, and like we would play those in like 4 or 5 hours every time. Like we would
Yeah.
play co-op, and it would even if you play single player, not even just co-op, it's very quick. Like especially now with no load times.
I would encourage you to play co-op with those games are fun because it is a blast, right? Co-op is very good. Gears 1 and 2 had 2-player co-op. Gears 3 had 4-player co-op. But yeah, like I said, this is back in the day when like single player campaigns used to be shooters, especially were like 8 hours long, like max, even
And
like
some of
hardest
it-
difficulty. You're
of
so
it in, like-
flabbergasted. Not every game's 130 hours, Fee. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm confused. I think it's mostly because I do play quite a few like RPGs. I play like MMORPGs. I play like longer extensive games. Some of the indie games that I play are like triple if not quadruple the length of that game. I'm confused because like when I think of like a full campaign and stuff like that, I'm thinking like at like tens of like almost hundreds of hours, not that's
No.
my
And I
brain
will
is
say,
broken.
if you play co-op with someone that's already played the game, because like especially in Gears 1, there are some places like, oh, where are we supposed to go? And you're kind of like backtracking, trying to find the right path forward. But if you have, like I played with Mitch, and he was like, oh no, we got to go over here, and just went that direction. That also decreases the time that you're fiddling around, right?
But even then, there's literally a button you hold down, and it points your character in the exact direction you're supposed to go, anyways.
For the most part, very linear. And again, like I swear to God, the load times not existing anymore made the game so much faster. Because back in the day, you'd have to like load if you die, and they're not there anymore. They just quickly load. But I mean, also too, like back in the day, Modern Warfare 2 2009 campaign was 6 hours long. That's it.
Yeah.
Like these campaigns, all these old like 360 shooter campaigns, they weren't 30 hours long. Like you could
Because you also
absolutely
got
do that.
the multiplayer to keep the game going, to get your
That-
money's worth, so to speak.
Exactly. And that's where everybody, that's like I said,
Yeah.
Gears multiplayer was it for me, Buzz, Dame, all these people. We played Gears multiplayer every night because it was just such a good gameplay loop of playing that game. But no, that's what I'm saying. Like, go play E-Day. You're going to have all this cool story. You're going to know all the knowledge of everything that's going on. I'm assuming they're going to end E-Day with where Gears 1 starts, right? You're going to figure out why whatever happened. And then you can go right to 1, play that, beat it in 1 stream session. I bet you if you just sat down, you could probably beat it in 1 stream session, make everything hella easy. And like I said, the other ones, Gears 2 is like an hour longer. Gears 3 is like an hour longer than that. It's
4 is
not
9
that long at all.
hours, 5 is 11 hours. Like, you
And
could
5 is only that
totally
long
play
because
all-
of like the open world stuff, right? So
My brain's broken. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you could play them all before if you want. But
You
don't
could
have to.
every night beat the whole Gears franchise if you wanted to. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Even if you want to go play Judgment, because Judgment didn't suck, ladies and gentlemen. Judgment was fine.
It
Thank
kinda
you very
sucked.
much. It didn't suck. It was fine. The multiplayer in Judgment was really good too, though. But no, you really could get through all these Gears games relatively quickly if you chose to.
Again, well, I'm thinking of. I have some ideas.
I will tell you though, you do need an Xbox though.
Whatever.
That is
What
the
the
question.
heck?
Wait, no, is it
and
reloaded?
2 and 3.
2 and 3 are not on
2 and 3.
PC.
Right, but you could start.
Yeah,
You
2
could
and
play Gears
3.
1.
Yeah. You can play Gears 1 and then you can jump to 4 and 5, but 2 and 3 you definitely need an Xbox for, sorry.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
You can remote play on mine. It's only like 5 hours long. I'll lend you to it. It's fine. There you go.
Yeah,
That's a
I got
revolution.
a Series S sitting here waiting for you to remote into.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks, everybody.
You're welcome. Or just buy
full
that
of
25th
solutions.
anniversary Xbox.
Well,
just do
it
that.
probably won't be out in time for her to
It's
play
coming
all
out in
of them.
November. So
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's after, so that doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you so much for that. I think that might be it. Any other thoughts? Any other closing before we end this off? Bowza, any other closing thoughts before we wrap this up for today?
I think on next week's episode of the Xbox Drive, we'll dive into our predictions and evaluate our
Correct.
scores. So please be excited for that. Phenomenal showcase. I'm pumped for this year. I don't think they could have done it much better. So Xbox is back, baby. Buckle up, Buttercup.
It's happening.
She said it.
Said the thing.
She said the thing.
She said the thing. Ryan, any closing thoughts?
My only closing thought is this. I would like to share this graphic that I saw. It looks like this. This is the upcoming release schedule for games. Please be excited because that's a lot of video games coming
It's like
out.
150 games from August 27th through October 6th for the audio
including
listeners.
E-Day,
It's crazy.
Of course. Yeah. And that's not including the 5-day early access
Oh
for E-Day.
shit! E-Day and Galactic Racer come out the same day. Oh,
Well, not
no.
technically.
That would
'cause
be
again,
by
it comes
early
out 5 days
access.
before.
I know, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, so it's going to be ridiculous this fall for games. And the best part is Nintendo hasn't even had their Direct yet. So, yeah. Other than that, my other closing thoughts are kind of what Bowser said. I think Xbox, had an awesome showcase. I thought we saw some amazing games. Even a lot of stuff we didn't even have time to get to, like State of Decay 3 and a bunch of other stuff too. Like I think there were a lot of great games in this showcase, and I'm again very excited for the future of Xbox.
And this isn't even Ash's stuff.
No.
All
Yeah,
of this was happening before she stepped into this role, so
Yeah.
we've yet to see what she'll come up with.
I know the first stamp really was just the Gears being exclusive thing, which we know from Jeff Grubb was a very last minute decision where it
Good.
sounds like there's a hard drive somewhere with like the Gears PS5 E-Day edition sitting there somewhere that's like almost complete.
We got smashed it with a hammer.
Yeah, they had to.
Yeah, they'd have to. Very topical. And Mitch, what are your closing thoughts there?
Very happy with what Xbox showed. Very happy where Xbox's direction is going. And I didn't start a cult game. Thank you very much. Those are my final thoughts.
You're right. That was Hitch.
That's-
You're right. I'm sorry.
That
Yeah.
sounds exactly like someone who started a cult would say.
It's true. Absolutely. The likeness is uncanny, Mitch. I'm so sorry.
So much.
Guys, that's going to be a running gag forever now.
Yep.
Yep. I'm so sorry, Mitch. I'm so sorry. Either way, my closing thoughts are great showcase. I'm really interested to see what's going to happen over the next year or so, especially as we just discussed. This was an Ash's Xbox specific showcase. We got to see her, of course. She opened up the showcase itself. But yeah, it seems like Xbox is back. And we'll see even more cool stuff. Hopefully we get an announcement for a 25th anniversary showcase or something to really get it on, because we're already hyped as it is. But I think there's definitely some opportunities for even more. But yeah, 10 out of 10. Good job, guys.
exactly.
Oh.
Tim with Cult of the Power Pack.
Woo!
That's Mitch.
Yeah.
That's Mitch. Rich.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we've got it all done. Mitch is muted and yelling at us. It's fine.
That's what
fine.
He's going for
It
a new
wasn't
award
nice
this
things.
year.
It wasn't nice
It's
things.
probably
It's
better.
okay.
Better
better
than it was
for it.
muted.
I can't
Yeah,
wait for
exactly.
Fee to send her award to Mitch this year.
Yep. We'll just forward it along.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Before we go, I want to thank everyone who supports us over at patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Our ultimate producers, Brendan Myers, aka _Winter Gamer. Jonathan Brown, the man behind the music on this show. You can find his stuff at linktr.ee/pme.jib. Jonas Young, Tony Baker, and Trucker Sloth. Our platinum producer, Brian Reese. Gold members, Adam K, Awesome Dave 1337, Benny, Brad Moore, Cecily Carrozza, Dan and Luma, Dannohh, Emily O'Kelly, Yon32, Laura, Ligerwoods 330, Mr. Giggles, Patrice Mallette, Peje EP, Stephen Keller, TechMike, and Uncle Tim Paullin. Now, before we go, Fee, where can we find you on the interwebs?
You guys can find me here. You can find me over on the Discord for Carpool Gaming. You can also find me over on my own channel, twitch.tv/Zoranix, where I'm going to be playing some demos. My plan is I'm going to come back on Tuesday. I tentatively might do something tonight, depending on how I'm feeling. Either way, because we watched a lot of first-person shows today, like games today, everybody. Either way, I've been playing I played some demos here last night with Fulia. Go check the VOD if you want to. It was a lot of fun, and yeah, that's where you can find me on the internet.
Mitch, where can we find you?
Couple things I want to say. One, I may or may not be on the Xbox Drive this upcoming week because I have a big family event, a lot of things going on. However, the weekend after is my birthday on the 20th. So I will be doing a very big stream on that day, doing giveaways, doing community games, prizes, all that fun stuff. So if you guys can go there, that'd be great. Everywhere Mitch Power 1116. And then the last thing I want to say is, Fee, you did a killer ass job this weekend. I appreciate everything you did for Carpool and making the streams run as smoothly as you did and being there for pretty much every damn show. So thank you very much.
Heck yeah.
Thanks.
Nicely job.
Even though you
Nicely
said
job.
I started a cult game, I'll still give you a compliment. It's fine.
There you go.
From the cult leader himself.
Wow. The biggest accomplishment. Oh my God.
Ryan, where can we find you on the internet?
Well, first of all, thank you so much, y'all, for having me on the Xbox Drive here on my old stomping grounds, of course, the Xbox Drive. Yeah, I mean, again, thank you to Fee for organizing stuff this weekend and for, again, helping lead the coverage. We all appreciate you here on the team, so thank you for that. You can find me at all places at Ryan Turford, so on the Discord, on backlog.com or letterboxd.com, where I put a bunch of movie reviews there. You can also find me every week on the RPG Cave, our weekly role-playing game podcast, along with Garrett Bland, who sadly could not be here for this podcast, but he was here for the Xbox predictions. And this week we'll be talking all about the RPGs from here. So if you wanted to learn more about Persona, probably than you'd ever want to know, come on over and listen to that show. I also stream on Twitch, the twitch.tv/Carpool Gaming Live every Sunday evening. Not tonight. Tonight I decided I'm going to give myself the night off because we've kind of been going for a while today. But next weekend, though, we're doing a very special stream on that. So 7 p.m. Eastern time on the Twitch channel. I will be streaming Sailor Moon R on the Super Nintendo while dressed as Sailor Jupiter.
Heck yeah, you will.
Please be excited. That, of course, is a reward from Extra Life. So it will be the second of 2 cosplay streams in 2 months. So look out for that next weekend. But thanks for having me. I appreciate y'all.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us. As for me, you can find me at Bowser13 on Xbox, which is back, on Blue Sky, in the Discord as Bowser, and here every week for the Xbox Drive. Thank you all for joining us. P, say goodbye to the people.
Bye-bye.
Somebody hit the button.
Thanks so much for tuning into this episode of the Xbox Drive. Now, before you drive off, be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow Carpool Gaming on socials. Don't forget that we've got some awesome Xbox Drive merch on carpoolgaming.com, and you can also support the show on Patreon at patreon.com/carpoolgaming for exclusive content. Links to everything are in the description. We'll see you next week.